and the News Junkie as they broadcast live from Inter&Co Stadium for our annual bike drive. Our goal is 104 bikes of all sizes. So bring a brand new bike, and a new bike helmet wouldn't be a bad thing. Thursday, December 12th between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. to Inter&Co Stadium and help us help the kids. Get the details at realradio.fm/bike. Thanks to Orlando City Soccer Club, Orlando Pride, and JustCallMo.com.
As the First Lady of the holidays, I need your help. There are so many good children. Santa and the elves won't be able to fulfill all those holiday wishes.
Oh, fortunately, Graves RC Hobbies has a huge inventory of radio-controlled planes, helicopters, cars, trucks, boats, and more. Pro-quality brands like Horizon Hobby with hobbies for every budget.
Shop at Graves RC Hobbies, close to Lee Road on OBT, and at gravesrc.com.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from Zakistan to start listening.
Hey, it's Jenny Garth here. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days. But are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. My friend has struggled with their weight for many years. It was always up and down. She tried fad diets, never saw lasting results. So she started using GLP-1s. And not only did the weight come off, but she also gained more energy to do all those activities that she loved the most. I'm all about feeling my best and living my life in a healthy way. It's incredible how science is able to help us achieve that healthy lifestyle that we are all striving for. Future Health gives millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare service provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
As we approach the new year, what's your resolution? How about seeing more clearly in 2025 than ever before? The Filatowski Eye Institute has been helping Central Floridians achieve better vision for over 3 decades. Make LASIK your resolution this year and take advantage of their 24-month interest-free financing. Or use your HealthFlex spending account. Imagine a new year without the hassle of contacts or glasses. Schedule your free consultation today. Text 1041 to 868686. With the Filatowski Eye Institute, a clearer future is possible. New year, new you, new vision.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane. It is
December 10th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the CEO Shooter Police Report to you better watch out for Christmas tree syndrome, and Jamie Foxx finally reveals his mystery illness. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
Fritz is with us.
What up?
And so are you. You can join us on the show. Send us what we call a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Yeah. We did it.
That's right. That just means you share the show. You spread the word about the News Junkie Radio Show. You follow all of us on social media by going over to thenewsjunkie.com/share. Do whatever you want to do to spread the word, my friend. That's what we're doing. How is everybody on a Tuesday?
Oh, pretty good. Hectic morning, but pretty good.
Same. What's going on? Why was it so busy?
Like a lot of things coming in at the same time. I got people installing stuff. The long guy. The dog did not appreciate it this morning.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to tell you, I had the same kind of thing going on last night, and I embarrassed myself in front of the entire neighborhood. I kid you not.
What'd you do?
We'll get to it a little later on, I think. But like, it was a moment where I go, Courtney, why didn't you save me from myself? Why didn't you? You knew what I was doing.
Are you guys doing some decorating?
No, that was a weird way to say
decorating.
You doing some decorating at Auntie Ann's? No, it wasn't that. We'll get into it in a bit here. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to CNN, where they're getting down to the root of the point that I talked about last week. And I think this is just one of those universal truths. People are horny. They are. And you could see somebody like Casey Anthony, for example, and you could go, sure, she packed her kid back with a spare tire and left her there for a real long time. Right, yes. Did she Google... what was the stuff that she was trying formaldehyde or whatever, whatever it was?
Yeah, how long does a body take to decompose?
Yes, yeah. Did she do all these terrible things? Yes, she did. But look, she is.
Yeah.
She's wearing a bikini in this photo, and I can fix her, everybody. And I said, there's something that changes the game.
I even seen gay dudes posted, I can fix him.
With this guy, the healthcare CEO killer, this is the same thing. We see it so many times. Scott Peterson, that woman who wandered away and pretended to be kidnapped, Sherry Papini. Yeah, all these stories. If somebody's moderately to fully attractive, people will go, well, hold on just a second. If you are Quasimodo with a hump on your back and goiters on your neck, then people will go, immediately execute this individual. That's how we look at things.
But then Luigi.
Here he goes. Look at him with that shirt off. And here was some of CNN yesterday.
Biggest problem right now is I want to believe that he didn't mean to just fizzle out in the middle of the McDonald's.
Menendez brothers, move over! Luigi is about to take the girls by storm.
Look at the photos they used when this man got picked up. Not the 14-pack. He's GTL.
There's some of the coverage they put on.
Accused of killing
We're still doing GTL?
CEO.
No. She's the last one. She is the last Jersey Shore fan doing GTL, I think. And I think they even pulled this on CNN a little bit.
Roll. Images of Luigi Mangione seem to captivate the attention of online masses. The Manhattan killing also uncovering a deep dissatisfaction with the United States healthcare industry. The incident sparking outrage online over health insurance policies.
All right, they got a whole panel here to discuss this, and they keep showing the photos of him. And look, it was very much in shape for some time there. He was very, very much in shape, and I don't know why we do this, but we use weird photos to represent people.
Oh, you know why.
We don't just, because it's sexy, because
the
it's
clicks,
like,
baby, it's all about traffic.
Because you're going to get clicks. Fritz is absolutely right. It's all of those things. They could take a regular photo from his Facebook. Here he is. This is the guy. But we never do it this way. We go, look, here's a photo with his shirt off, and here's his sister next to him in her bikini. Double skin for one photograph. Here we go. So here they are talking about it.
So there's also just the reaction online is also just such a reinforcement of how much aesthetics, attractiveness, I mean, the shallowness of the American people, the American people who are online, we'll say, is very much on display here. Part of, yes, there's...
I'm going to distance myself from her.
Right.
I'm not even going down that path she's going down where it's just online people. This is people. This is how we operate. People like attractive human beings. And they'll go, well, killed 7 people, but also is attractive. So front of a Rolling Stone magazine, right on the cover. Next. Yeah, right. This is just how everybody operates.
Absolutely
here.
A bubbling anger about the inequity in the country writ large and in the healthcare system, no question. But so much of the clips we were watching at the top of this segment are driven by the fact that this is an attractive.
And we got to drop the banner to show why.
And it is deeply troubling.
And they did it. They said drop the banner on the bottom of the screen because it was blocking the guy's 6-pack or 8-pack or whatever. And the person in charge of graphics drops the banner to show this guy.
That we are celebrating this person who's committed cold-blooded murder.
Yeah. They're really struggling with it over on CNN. And I wanted to share with you, and I want to start highlighting these more because the world's worst takes, I just see them everywhere out there. I think we'll all be in agreement on this. In the wake of this guy going out there, starting some interesting conversations, I think, in the worst way, like it's a murder. But a lot of people were talking about things like healthcare as a result of this terrible incident. However, this is just really, really stupid. NBC News, here's their report with the world's worst take. Luigi Mangione, who was arrested and charged with murder in the shooting death of UnitedHealth CEO Brian Thompson, once belonged to a group of Ivy League gamers who played assassins, a member of the group told NBC News.
Oh my gosh. This is so stupid.
In the game called Among Us, some players are secretly assigned to be killers in space who perform other tasks while trying to avoid suspicion from other players. That is the dumbest thing I've heard in quite some time over at NBC News. One thing is, Among Us have these people never played this game? Among Us is like the least violent game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, they almost look like Lego characters.
Yeah, you're just like these little Teletubby-looking people, and you go around and somebody's like the undercover person, the person among you who's the bad guy. And bringing that up in this story is an attempt, obviously, by NBC News to go, he was playing an assassin. He was on Among Us. They couldn't get something better like Call of Duty, so they could blame it on that. Like, this guy left a manifesto, which is ballooning in size now because it was 2 pages yesterday, but now apparently it's much longer than that. Now apparently it's 250-something pages or whatever. But in this manifesto, I guarantee you he doesn't mention Among Us. And I guarantee you Among Us had nothing to do with what this guy did. It's just so stupid. I don't know who these people are.
Well, if he would have shot the CEO of UnitedHealthcare and then dropped into a vent and then used that vent to move about the city, the spaceship. That's right. You're right, Fritz. I forgot. They're on a spaceship.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It makes no sense. These are dumb people writing dumb articles. And this is why people have very little respect for a lot of major media outlets right now. And they lead with that he once belonged to a group of like shadowy, suspicious group of Ivy League. So now we're bringing wealth into this. Gamers, oh no, gamers are bad, who played assassins. A member of the group, again, shadowy, told NBC News. And then they tell you it's Among Us. And for those of you who are not initiated, here's what this very violent game looks like.
It's adorable.
It's very shocking stuff here. It's the little guys in space outfits, and they're going around, and you got to figure out who's the secret spy. It's so stupid.
I just sent Ashley a picture of that tweet, and she goes, "Am I an assassin?"
Yes, she's on the radar now, along with the millions of 8-year-olds who have played this game. Really just a game that everybody got into for a while back in the day. Not even if you're thinking in your head of video games like not a Call of Duty or a Fortnite.
Not even like any kind of Assassin's Creed where there's blood.
No, none of those things. Just really the world's worst take for today.
There's been countless times where acts of violence have been blamed on rap music, rock music, Maryland. They blamed it on Maryland. And actual violent video games like your Mortal Kombat, your Grand Theft Auto for sure. Because in Grand Theft Auto, you just live in this universe where the cops keep coming, and as long as you can get away from them, your stars go down, and everything's okay, right?
Right.
But Among Us, a cartoon. It's a literal cartoon. I don't know how somebody wrote this at NBC News, and somebody else went, "Good, let's go. Let's print that. Let's get that out there immediately."
I would compare it to Mario Kart or something, and on the level of violence that game has. I mean, Mario Kart even more so.
He mowed down 4 people. He also usually plays as Toad on Mario Kart.
It's just dumb. So there you go. Over on NBC News, they're being pretty stupid, and we're looking at the police report. Now, today we have a million different things to get into. We won't focus on just this story the whole time, obviously. I do want to talk about a bunch of things that other people aren't mentioning just yet. And I have the police report, but I'd rather start here, actually, because we're beginning to get an accurate picture, not from NBC News, but just from overall reporting and police reports and stuff that I've read so far about what was going on here. There's fake manifestos and all sorts of stuff spiraling around. But the truth of the matter appears to be that this young guy had some healthcare issues in his family, Luigi Mangione, and then he had a back issue. He went for a surfing lesson in Hawaii a couple of years ago, and he came back, and his friend said he had hurt his back really bad. He was not happy about this because he's a guy in his early 20s, and all of a sudden he physically can't do anything. He's stuck on the couch. He's really hurting. I don't know if any of you guys, if you, Fritz, or you, Sealand, if you have back issues, but you probably know somebody who does.
No, but I got that knee thing, and that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, but if you know somebody who really has back issues, it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's just really, really bad. And so this guy had this back issue from surfing, and he did what a lot of people do. Okay, so we're going to go down a different road here that you might not have expected. He goes to a couple of doctors. And when he starts going to the doctors, one of them says, you got a nerve issue, and there's not much we can do about that. We can put you on a path to a whole bunch of drugs. The other one goes, oh, we can do something about this. We can do a lower back surgery where we put in titanium and you got pins in your back, but it can improve your situation. And what they don't like to tell you is that this surgery that is very expensive is often overprescribed by doctors who are trying to rack up money. And it often doesn't do anything to alleviate the pain that these people are suffering with. Very much real suffering among people who have these kind of back issues and go in and get the surgery. Spinal surgeries, you can almost say that they do not work. They if you look at the studies, if you look at if you anecdotally ask any of your friends who have had any of this stuff, you can see that these surgeries do not offer much in the way of relief to the people who are suffering. But the doctors tend to push them as an option. Now, that might be greed. That might be money. That might be another side of this whole argument. Everybody's going after the healthcare companies. It's not like the doctors are just a bunch of saints in this. It's not like they don't have different motivations as well. There is very much bad stuff going on there. But that, it appears, put him on some path. And he became a little wary about the painkillers and medications that he would be taking after that. And it looks like he started researching into psychedelics and some other things. And then about a month or two ago, something happened. There was some sort of break. His family reported him missing, Luigi Mangione. They reported him missing on November 18th. Reported him to San Francisco police. And there's also a CNN article about this where they suggest that one of his friends posted online, hey, what's going on, man? Nobody's heard from you in like a month. What's happening? Your family's very, very worried about you, et cetera, et cetera. Something went in this guy's head. Something went. Was it him experimenting with psychedelics, ayahuasca? Who the hell knows? Nobody knows. Everybody's guessing right now. But something changed, and he became laser focused on doing this. And he 3D printed a gun, and then used a Glock for the remaining pieces that you need to put the weapon together, and then 3D printed a suppressor, and then went out on his mission. And he wasn't as experienced as you might have thought he was, or even I might have thought the guy was. He just researched for a little while and decided that he was going to do this. And go ahead, Fritz.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a ghost gun.
Yeah, it was a good. That's what they said in the police report. They said ghost gun. And then I looked at it and I go, I don't know a ton about guns, but that looks like a Glock to me. And then I read up on it a little bit, and they said what people do is they buy a ghost gun, which is the basic components of a gun. Because if you don't know too much about this, from what I have read, a gun is essentially a trigger and a few other small mechanisms that are part of this larger thing that we all call a gun. But you could have only a couple of pieces, and they go, that's a gun. You're carrying a gun right now. So
it's anything that can fire a projectile. And some with self-contained primer and others with external primer means.
But if you bought like the trigger mechanism, that would be considered, if it has just a couple of small parts, it could be considered an actual gun.
Sure.
And so he prints this ghost gun.
Isn't the 3D printed part like the part that would normally have a serial number on it that you would later like file off with a nail file or something?
I think it's more of the least moving parts, on the gun. I think that's how it works. If you know more about this,
I'm thinking of if this were a car, would this be the chassis?
You wouldn't download a car.
I would download a car.
Yeah, he would actually.
If it was a car, the chassis would be the metal parts that you use from a Glock, and the ghost gun would be all of the other pieces that are around it that aren't necessarily considered a gun. Same is true with cars. Your chassis, the metal frame of your car, that if it's just by itself is actually considered a car with a
with a VIN number.
Yeah.
That's why I made the reference, because of the serial number part.
Right. Yeah, so that's what was going on with this guy. And I tossed it out to everybody listening who has kind of gone through this pipeline, because I could see how it would radicalize somebody. You're in pain. You go to the doctor. The doctor says, okay, we can fix that. It's going to be very expensive, but it's going to give you the relief you're looking for. And so often with these spinal surgeries, it does nothing, absolutely nothing. So we'll see what you think about that. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. The manifesto has not been released as far as I can tell. And there's a ton of other interesting details that we'll get to over time. My favorite being that it came out in one of these stories. Police revealed that finding the 26-year-old was a complete surprise, and they did not have his name on a list of suspects prior to today. So
did they have a list of suspects?
They must have had something, but they didn't have his name.
Did they have a list?
Was Mark Rosario, was that the name that was on the fake ID? Was that on the list of suspects?
I'm not sure.
You would have to imagine that possibly it could be.
Yeah. Well, this guy
Luigi Mangione was nowhere near that list.
No.
Even though the NYPD is like, we know your name, we know where you are. I wonder if people are going to second guess that kind of stuff moving forward. I was bad for a joke says, yawn. Let's talk about the probe being announced before the investigation began into Brian Thompson's stocks being dumped and sold off. Obvious signs of illegal insider trading. The insider trading stuff, as far as I could tell, was nothing more than allegations, because there was never any charges filed against this guy. And it looks like that didn't go anywhere. It looks like a dead end. But you be you, do your conspiracy thing. Have fun over there. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
The conspiracies that include, like, the guy who was arrested is not the same guy, different face. This guy's some patsy. And then genuinely weird stuff. Like, when they arrest this guy, they find all this stuff on him, including a bag full of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. He makes his court appearance yesterday, and Luigi's in the courtroom, and he goes, gun was mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And they go, and the bag with $6,000 or however many $1,000 it was, and he says, that wasn't mine. And they said, the money wasn't yours? And he goes, they planted that on me. And I thought, why would you Why would you say all the other things?
Oh, yeah.
You would admit, but then he goes, the money is not mine. He said the cops or somebody planted that on him, and he didn't actually have the money with him. So I thought that was kind of strange.
Yeah, that would suggest like maybe he was hired, but he's trying to say he was a lone wolf.
Yeah, he did say that, I guess, in the manifesto. He said, like, I did this by myself to the feds who were investigating. Yeah, right. But where did the money come from, and why did he deny that was his? That's strange to me. What do you think? Let us know about all that and so much more. When we come back, we're going to go in a different direction for a little while at least. I want to talk about something happening in schools. Everybody's mad at some person, but is the person actually wrong? We will learn together and see what you think. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean,
why would you encourage that?
Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Traffic is starting to slow down through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Still a lot of delays on I-4 between US 27 and after State Road 429 there. Construction is causing a bit of delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. Just travel with caution on the roadways here. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Ashley Ganetti from the Almost Famous podcast. Can you believe all this talk about GLP-1s? Of course you can. It's all people talk about. Have you heard about Future Health, though? They make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. People can struggle with weight loss for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. With GLP-1s, many people notice a reduction in cravings and felt more in control of their eating habits, which lead to weight loss, physical health, and feeling more optimistic about their future. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That is tryfh.com. Again, tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Sarah Silverman, postmortem tour.
But I would maybe say that crazy people are life coaches.
Friday, January 10th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale now at Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Total Wireless totally has your back this holiday season. We give you up to 4 free 5G phones when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. That's 4 gifts, 1 store. Plus, enjoy unlimited data that never slows you down. All for $30 a month or less when you get 4 lines. That's a holiday plan we can all get behind. Visit your local Total Wireless store to switch today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from Zakistan to start listening.
On the app or in store, Orlando runs on Duncan.
Radio. 104.1.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
McDonald's employee who ratted out the healthcare CEO shooter, and it's Trump at the drive-thru hanging out and waving at people.
Got him.
And then I see people who are actually revealing the identity of the customer that ended up seeing this guy, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea, honestly.
That's a terrible idea.
I don't know if I was the person who was the tip that came in that led to this guy being caught. I've seen enough where I go, nope, I don't want my name and these people's eyeballs. I don't want them seeing my name, and I don't want them coming after me. These people are crazy as hell. Speaking of crazy as hell, C-Lane, you're to blame fully.
What did I do?
Problems in my life, as per usual.
I've been telling you that for about 10 years now, Sean.
And I appreciate that,
hell, Fritz.
No, he's right. He's right. You constantly are doing this, and now I have to deal with the repercussions of it. And I leave the studio and I go out there, and Courtney is in bed with Lady. Lady's little leg is hurting still. And Courtney, I go, what are you doing in there still? And she goes, I'm just checking my soch. I'll be out in a minute. And I go, that is not a thing in our house. C-Lane said that once on the show on accident. That is not a thing in our house. You could say feed, social media, app, but soch just by itself is poisonous as hell.
Okay, now what about soch meads? Because it seems like
better.
soch is taking 2 words and just boiling them down into 1 syllable.
Far too short. You're right about that, Fritz.
What if she said checking my socials?
Better. Just the way she said soch and looked at me, there was bad
because she knew that she was, just lighting a match.
Yeah,
next to a powder keg.
This after she let me down as I embarrassed myself in front of the whole neighborhood last night because I'll tell you the story real quick. So we're getting rid of Courtney's car. We're gonna get her new car, and the battery had been dead in it because we were just driving my car for a while. And I told you over the weekend. Failed mechanic Sean.
I tried. Absolute piss poor job of trying to revive this vehicle.
Pathetic. I bought the battery. I put the battery in. I did everything I was supposed to do. Then I said, maybe it's the battery fuse that's on this thing. I put the new battery fuse on. I do everything. I'm Googling everything. I'm doing all the fixes on YouTube. Nothing is working. This car has no power. It won't work for some reason. Maybe a bad ground. I don't know.
Did you find somewhere a flow chart like Car won't start. Is it this? Yes or no? And you go to the next thing and do anything like that?
I did, and I did everything on that flow chart, and nothing worked. So
more like a no chart.
Courtney's dad comes over last night. It's about 6:30, and he shows up, and he's got a huge trailer behind his Jeep. And he's like, we'll just load the car up on the trailer, and then I'll drive it out of here, and I'll bring it to my mechanic and get him to fix it. And I go, okay, all right, fine. And this trailer is huge.
How many things did he hit with the trailer?
Well,
oh no,
a bunch.
No, you did.
So he knows what he's doing. This guy drives around a massive RV. He knows how to do this. And I go, are we gonna be able to get this done with us? And they go, Courtney goes, my brother's coming by as well. So Courtney's brother comes by. That's when I realized the first problem is going on, and I blame Courtney because her brother shows up with her two little kids, like maybe 6 and 7 years old or something, and her brother goes, "Oh God, your shirt." And I look down, and I'm wearing a "Say Perhaps to Drugs" shirt, and I'm like, "Oh God, the little kids aren't going to understand what's happening." And then I start thinking of stupid things. Should I turn it around backwards? Then I just have "Say Perhaps to Drugs" on the back of my shirt. What have I accomplished here? I haven't done anything.
Turn it inside out.
So he rips the shirt off.
I thought about that too, and then I'm like, then I'm the guy taking the shirt off outside. What's happening here? So her brother comes, and we're getting the car loaded up on the trailer, and we got to push this thing as hard as we can. And we start pushing it up the trailer, and I go, all right, and it gets to this point where all of a sudden it starts coming back down at us. And I said, this can't be good. And my neighbor, Blake, who you've met, C-Lane.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Out of the shadows, he comes running up, and he just jumps in and starts pushing with us and shoves this car up on the trailer. And I go, oh, my God, thank God. Dusting our hands off. It's fine. Everything's good. And her dad goes to pull the trailer down the road. And the neighbors that I've told you, I've never met any of them. He starts going by one of their houses, and with the trailer, he nicks the basketball hoop that's in one of their driveways, which smashes under the windshield of Courtney's car that's on the trailer. And then he drags the basketball hoop all the way down the street. And it's smashing into everything.
Is the windshield broken?
The windshield somehow did not break. I don't know how it didn't break. But the basketball hoop broke very badly, right? And now it's late at night, and I have to go up to my neighbor's house, and I'm ringing the doorbell in a "Say Perhaps to Drugs" shirt as I'm trying to explain to her that I live over there, and I'm responsible for your basketball hoop being mangled right now. And this lady was just like, what is going on? What are you doing right now? I said, look, I live right there. I'm so sorry. If there's anything wrong with the basketball hoop, I'll pay for it. And I faded into the night because I knew. I said, how do you let me go out? I said, that's a inside-only shirt from here on out. Say Perhaps to Drugs. I've got to retire that one. It made me feel very ridiculous.
I've got a couple like that. I'm like, this would be fun. I can wear this around, you guys, but I can't wear this outside of the house, really.
Right. You end up in public with it, and then people make a comment, and you go, oh, that's right. Man, I didn't even think.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that I had that on. I really screwed things up. All right, we want to hear from you. Join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours right now. We got lots of people who are joining in, and whatever you have on your mind is fine. We'd love to hear that on a Share the Show Tuesday. But the mayor of Deltona is now in the news today, and I thought this whole story was kind of stupid. So the mayor of Deltona wants a public apology from whoever is the chair of the Volusia County School Board. I don't know these people. I don't know if they're crazy. I don't know anything about them. I only know what I'm seeing in the story in front of me. But the chair is a woman named Jessie Thompson, and she was in Washington, D.C. talking about school and what's going on, and one of the schools that's in Deltona. And she says, I've met some bright students, and I've met some students I would not trust filling my tank of gas. So I find it really hard to believe that they graduated, she said.
Oh, wow.
And the mayor now wants residents to ask the board to remove this woman as school board chair. And I thought, like, this seems very pearl clutchy to me. Are we going to pretend there's not dumb kids in the schools? Because I have news for you. There are dumb kids in the schools. There are a bunch of dumb kids in the schools. There were dumb kids when I was little, when my dad was little, and when his dad was little. Schools are full of dumb kids.
Yeah.
There's an abundance of them. We all knew them. Some of us were them. We were the dumb kids at the school.
Yeah, if you're thinking you didn't know any dumb kids, you might be the dumb kid.
Bad news for you. There are dumb kids at the school, unfortunately. And somehow, some way, they graduate. They get through it. Sometimes it's because they've lessened the requirements to graduate kids, and then they go, we had 100% graduation rate. And you go, yeah, but we got about 40% dumbos here.
Yeah.
These are kids that aren't super smart.
At what cost?
What cost? These kids can't read, for God's sake. And mind you, that by trying to pat yourself on the back, because that's what it is, right? It's like for funding and to try to pat yourself on the back. We got 100% graduation rate. If you're doing that at the cost of some of those kids not actually learning stuff, you're setting them up for failure moving forward. You're not sending them out into life with the required knowledge. I run into people all the time, and I go, how did that person even get out of elementary school? How did that? It's just wild to me. So I think they probably have more bad blood between them than this. I didn't find it to be that bad. I've met some bright students and some students I would not trust filling my tank of gas. I find it really hard to believe they graduated. Should she step down? Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Record yours right now over at thenewsjunkie.com.
I mean, I get in her position, people would go, well, aren't you the one in charge of the kids in the school, and you find it hard to believe they graduated? You were the one that had a hand in graduating them, right? But that still, I get how there's a slight self-report, but it's even a stretch to say that that's a self-report. More so, just what your point is absolutely true. There are dumb people everywhere.
Yeah, there's dumb people everywhere on this planet. And
what would be tight though? If she gave examples like you tell me how Jamie McDorn, this guy over here, graduated. He's like,
and then we see Jamie McDorn, and we're like, damn, she is right. Jamie is dumb as hell. Wearing a Say Perhaps to Drugs shirt, smashing into basketball hoops, that guy. It's something to behold, all of this. The hippie Woe Vicky says, it's actually shocking the amount of kids graduating high school who don't know how to read. That is a stunning statistic. When I see in all these different school districts, hey, half the kids, a third of the kids don't know how to read.
Yeah.
But I do hear, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that there are changes. I've heard they're bringing stuff like cursive back into some lesson plans, and they're trying to fail more kids. Look, you have to fail the kids that aren't doing good so that they can learn and finally, figure out all these different things they need to know to tackle life.
It's also like critical thinking skills. They can't read a paragraph and say, oh, okay, this guy's being tongue in cheek. They don't know those concepts.
Right. And that's a shame, because if you don't have critical thinking skills, if you can't think for yourself and come to a conclusion on your own,
it's dangerous.
Yeah, you end up with a populace who just, what we have now, essentially. Everybody just hears whatever they want to believe, and then, no one cares about filtering out the truth. Zero people seem to have an appetite for that these days. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. When we come back, they're banning something, and I think C-Lane will have maybe some reasons why, okay? Because this is something you would do, C-Lane, and they are putting the kibosh on this, and they're banning it. What is it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
What I really want to know is...
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a nice warm-up and dry conditions throughout the afternoon. Highs will reach the low 80s, a high of 82 degrees in Orlando. But these warm temperatures won't stick with us for very long. A cold front arrives tomorrow. That will bring with it increasing shower and thunderstorm chances, but more so the cool temperatures as we head into Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Highs will only reach the low 60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. Get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern-style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
At Harbor Freight, our low prices make us the place for gifts that keep on giving. Because when you give the gift of quality tools, you're giving someone the ability to fix, restore, and build for years to come. And with savings like these, you can even get something for yourself. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Stop by and give yourself the gift of great prices.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
The holidays are a time for reflection on what matters most and the relationships that make life meaningful. At Trajan Wealth, we're proud to be a trusted partner for many of you on your financial journey. Whether you're planning for tomorrow or looking to build a legacy, we believe in doing what's right every time. As a veteran-owned company, I know trust isn't given. It's earned through honesty, integrity, and a commitment to putting our clients' needs first. For those of you that have heard my commercials for years but haven't yet called, know that most of our clients come to us from other financial advisors. You know you deserve more from your financial advisor. Our team, who have the hearts of teachers, are standing by for that second opinion. I promise we won't waste your time. This is more than our duty. It's our passion. So this holiday season, let us help you unwrap the gift of Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. you're in good hands with Allstate.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Not much, but, if you don't mind, going over to thenewsjunkie.com and going to thenewsjunkie.com/share in particular would be very helpful. Follow all of us, including myself, C-Lane, Fritz, Sabrina, whoever you want to, and spread the word about the show. Send a link to the podcast. Hit that like button over on YouTube if you're watching us. All of that easy on a Share the Show Tuesday. C-Lane, some questions for you.
All right.
You fancy yourself a bit of a tech guy. You know about some tech stuff.
I do.
And I feel like you would do this. You would do this thing, and now it's going to be banned. This
what
is
does drugs
kind of
have to do with technology?
do with that. Fritz
has nothing to do with that.
Might do something like this, but I don't know. I don't imagine that Fritz would do this for whatever reason. Royal Caribbean is now banning one gadget that a lot of people have been packing and bringing along with them. And when I saw this, I said, I don't believe their reasoning why they're banning this. And they said people were bringing their own routers, and they didn't like that.
Right.
If you bring your own router, for those of you who aren't very tech savvy, what it means is you buy internet access from Royal Caribbean, and then you set up your own little Wi-Fi.
Correct.
You set up your own little Wi-Fi that your family can log into.
I have not done this. I have watched videos from people who have. There are a number of small routers on the market that are made to be travel routers, and you can use them in a cruise ship, on a plane. You can use them in your hotel, and a lot of the reasoning for doing it is getting yourself a secure connection. So like you get this travel router and you use that to log into, say, your hotel's Wi-Fi. And then you expose all your devices to the router, not to the hotel, and the router uses VPN or any sort of other secure connection so that you know, or that you have peace of mind that your data is encrypted or being sent securely.
It's a shield, like an internet shield when you go to a place. Because if some internet that you connect to is not secure, you'd be amazed all the stuff you're probably putting out there.
Correct.
And that could be a really bad idea. But I don't buy Royal Caribbean saying, hey, this is a security issue. We can't have people doing this, so we have to ban these.
Absolutely not. It's not a security issue.
I don't get that.
The issue is let's do a plane, because the plane is seemingly a more useful way of doing this than a cruise ship, because a cruise ship you're walking all around, right?
Walking around, drinking, having a good time.
Absolutely. And on a cruise ship, a lot of times you buy a Wi-Fi package, or you pair it with a drink package, which is what we did on the last cruise we got. And we said each of us got the drink package and paired with Wi-Fi for one device. And so we had obviously the one device was our cell phones. And my wife was like, do you think we're going to need internet on the cruise? Don't you want to enjoy the cruise? I go, we are going on a cruise with a group of people. We would probably like to be texting. You're going to want some internet. I know you are. And of course, I'm sure she watched some TikToks on the ship. It was fine.
I like the idyllic view of it where you say, wouldn't this be better if we just enjoy it? But
and the Royal Caribbean app, I believe, has some sort of method to where when you get on the boat, you can message other friends of yours that are on the boat with you without buying the Wi-Fi. So there's that workaround. I don't know how well it works, but this seems like you're moving around on the cruise ship. This probably is not going to be as useful if you're on a plane with your family and each member of the family, especially like the kids with iPads or whatever, they want access to the internet, but you don't want to pay for this iPad and this iPad and this laptop and this one.
And that's how they make money.
You buy one Wi-Fi connection and then you access it with this little travel router, and then all of your family that is the router's exposed to basically shares that internet with everybody.
And I believe they're shutting that down because it's stopping them from making more money, as opposed to that this is some sort of security risk.
Yeah,
correct.
Because I've already seen stories where Carnival is going around and confiscating people's Starlinks from them.
I have seen some cruise lines are banning bringing your own Starlink, and they also have reasons for that, where they say, oh, this shouldn't be on your balcony or something. There's a risk of this or that. They have other reasons besides, because they're not going to go out and say, we don't want you to bring this because we want you to buy our own.
No, they're not brave enough for that.
No.
Just be honest with us. You're multi-billion-dollar cruise companies. We know what you're trying to do. We are just sponges that you want to juice as much money out of as you possibly can.
I don't see why you don't just say that, because it's not like a movie theater has any sort of safety or security reason that you cannot bring your own food inside. The movie theater doesn't want you to bring your own food because they want you to buy their food. Same thing with bringing your own alcohol into a bar.
I break that rule all the time.
With your own homemade Kahlua.
Why not? Ooh, can I do that? Now I'm thinking about trying it. Nick emails tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Nick says, a few years ago, my wife convinced me to go to a specialist after my GP had been blowing me off regularly and just offering me pain meds. I refused. That sentence sounded a little strange. I was in pain from when I woke up to when I went to bed, but you'd be surprised what you can do and get used to over the years. But when I started losing feeling in my right hand and getting weird spasms, and I was dropping things, I went to the doctor. Insurance was a nightmare. I had to go to physical therapy for 6 months and get a cortisone injection in my neck that made things worse before they would okay a CT scan. Turns out I had 2 discs between C4 and C6 that were pressing on my spinal cord. Long story short, got a couple of plates put in, woke up the day after the surgery and cried. It was the first time in years I wasn't in pain. It was a blessing for me, getting to the point that it took almost 2 years of jumping through hoops. I worked the whole time, 46 hours a week, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
It was frustrating that I had to suffer all that time just to check off the boxes till I could get help. And yeah, that's one of the problems, one of the many problems we have with our healthcare setup now. They want you to do A, B, and C before you can do D, and they won't let you skip to D because they're trying to see if they can be fixed in a cheaper way. Let's go over to
the first fail or something that was mentioned the other day.
I don't know. I don't know.
Or fail first. They want earlier, cheaper things to fail first before we escalate to the most expensive option.
Right. Like, for instance, Fritz goes, my neck is in absolute pain.
Ow,
and they
my
go,
neck and my back.
Step 1, Fritz, here's some aspirin. And you try that and you're like, nope, that ain't doing it for me. Step 2, physical therapy. They make you go through all those hoops, which a lot of people don't like. Slacker emails tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. This is about guns. It says the lower part of a gun with the trigger mechanism is where the serial number is, and that part is controlled. You can buy the barrel and slide without any issue as they're not controlled. So technically, you could just 3D print the lower grip and buy some trigger parts and build your own gun.
Gotcha.
He says that's what's up with the ghost guns.
Somebody on the Texas service was saying that the ghost gun is not always 3D printed.
Okay.
There's other ways of ghosting a gun.
Well, now I'm curious.
Really?
But I don't know. Does the official police report say it was 3D printed?
It said, I'll read the police report in just a bit. We'll see. Ghost guns are unserialized and untraceable firearms that are put together by components purchased either as a kit or separate pieces.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's just a homemade firearm.
Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 3D printed according to that.
Not to keep doing the car thing, but it's like a hot rod of guns.
Right. You buy all the individual things, piece it together into a big Frankenstein thing. Last one for now. Space Coast Native emails, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Got some lovely mailbox money yesterday from the Peters versus Apple settlement. It didn't look like a typical check. It looked like a notice, and I almost didn't even open it. But when I did, it was a check for almost $48. If anybody else received something in the mail for Peter versus Apple, open it. It's not an envelope. It's a small square paper, but there's a check in there, so don't miss out on your mailbox money. Good tip. Appreciate it. When we come back, we'll go into this police report a little bit, but I also want to talk about rewards because I got a bit of a bone to pick here. I'm not happy with how some of this stuff plays out, and we need some changes. I'll tell you something you probably don't know about rewards. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve. 2 shows December 14th at the Kia Center. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center.
Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. There's slowdowns in the Kissimmee area on US 192 where it meets John Young Parkway. It's pretty mellow on most of the major roadways, although you could expect your regular delays on I-4 in the Lake Buena Vista area and the Champions Gate area. Watch out for an accident where Conroy Windermere Road meets Dr. Phillips Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
It's the holiday season at Wawa, where you can find gift cards for everyone on your list. Pick up a card for the Wawa fans in your life and for fans of other brands like Sephora, Roblox, Amazon, and more. Grab one for your boss, teachers, or your favorite delivery driver. And don't forget the family gift swap. Happy holidays from Wawa, your one-stop gift card shop. Gotta have a Wawa.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems like I got. I love them. Discounts starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. They're Tesla powerful walls, and they're awesome. The lowest price they've ever seen at Solar Source. Sales are currently planned to run through December 31st, so get them now at solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Save time and money with a PVC fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet, starting at $2,140. Go to fenceoutlet.com for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the heat honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the forget the pit master who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
Show Tuesday. Make sure you're spreading the word about the News Junkie radio show, and you can find all the links you need to do that over on thenewsjunkie.com/share. One thing that nobody's really talking about that happens after every major story, and the one where this healthcare CEO got murdered is no different. There is all of this reporting afterwards where people seem to think at these media outlets, there's so much appetite for content. Let's just get more and more and more. And they go, we're live from the elementary school where the shooter went to elementary school. And you go, wait, what's the point? Why are we doing this? And they go to all these places. This is a street he used to live on. This house right here. He used to call home, and you go, who cares? Just tell us what's going on with the story and let us know, what the investigation is showing. They can't get enough of being at places attached to this. And there is a reporter.
Yeah, I saw a video that was like, take the shooter tour in New York City.
Did they really?
Yeah.
There's a reporter named Shannon Lilly at Foxx Baltimore. And I'm sure it's not her fault. They sent her out. You know how they do. They go like, here's your assignment. Go out to this. And they sent her out, I believe, to a school where the healthcare CEO shooter used to go. And people didn't want the news there. And so this one guy in particular, well, I mean, I think you'll see what he does to try to show his displeasure with the news media.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, first let's talk about the community reaction to all of this. As you can hear behind...
First of all, I feel you, okay? I feel you, reporter lady. I feel you. I've been through this. My lawn guy gets to doing his thing every once in a while. He'll hover around a little too much, and I'll be going crazy because you can hear it on the microphone. Second of all, they are in a parking lot at this school, and there is a man with a blower attached to his back who is back to back with the reporter. He's just completely back to back with her, trying to interrupt the news report because he doesn't want this lady there.
I mean, there is certainly some hostility to even the fact that media is covering this story.
He's not even working.
This leaf blower behind me has told us that he will not leave until we do. So we are definitely seeing some of the community members.
This guy has found a way to do it. These things are so stupid and loud and obnoxious. And this is his way.
It's like he went into the whatever, like, warehouse or office or shed where they keep all their landscaping equipment.
What do we got?
And he said, give me the oldest, loudest blower you have. I'm getting on the news.
And the news lady said, all right, we're still going to do the live hit. Let's do it. We could get this done.
Not happy that media is out here covering the story in general. Others have been murmuring. They're saddened by this news.
It's also so foggy that this location, you can't see anything that's going on. It really is kind of a worthless trip, but some hostility, they say. We're being met with some hostility as we report live from the Gilman School this morning. Luigi Mangione graduated at the top of his class from this school in 2016. His family has deep roots in Maryland. Somebody in the thread here on X, Twitter, says, coming to you live tonight from the grocery store with Mangione once purchased a quart of milk, 6 bananas, and a package of toilet paper. That's basically it. I mean, that's what a lot of these reporters end up doing. And you go like, is this adding anything to the conversation? Because I don't know if it actually is. What I want to talk about is reward money, because I didn't realize how this is very scammy. It's a very scammy world, this whole world of, hey, the NYPD is putting up $10,000 as a reward, which is very low. And then I think the feds put up another like $50,000 or so. And
I thought that was 50 total.
60,000 total, okay, according to what I'm looking at here. This says, who gets the $60,000 reward in the search for the CEO's killer? And reading this, I was kind of surprised.
It goes to the manager at the McDonald's.
Damn it, man. They said NYPD and FBI offer a combined $60,000 for the capture and conviction of the UnitedHealth shooter. And there was somebody who saw this guy, dialed the police up and said, I think the guy is here. And then now you would think that person would get the reward. That's what rewards are for. But this USA Today article says, how are rewards determined and paid? To be eligible for a reward through the FBI, you would first have to be nominated by a U.S. investigating agency, such as the Department of Defense or the FBI, to receive the reward. A person who provided information cannot self-nominate. So you need somebody to go, I nominate them for this reward. You don't just automatically get the reward, even though you were the person that led to the arrest, like the guy at McDonald's. An interagency committee then reviews the nomination and its legal eligibility. If it's determined that the information provided merits a reward, the suggestion is passed along to the Secretary of State.
Okay, so this is for an FBI reward.
Mm-hmm.
This is not for like a regional thing.
This is from the FBI side, but the NYPD is hoops and hoops and hoops as well. They say pass on to the Secretary of State, who makes the final decision. In federal cases, the Attorney General must also agree. The FBI generally doesn't announce that a reward has been paid out. They don't share information about this, yada, yada, yada. Being found eligible for or being approved for a reward does not guarantee the receipt of specific amounts of funds. Reward payment amounts are based on multiple factors, including the value of the information provided, yada, yada, yada. So they might say to you, we got a $50,000 reward for you. And you might send in the very tip that led to the arrest of the person that they were looking for.
Which is what happened.
What exactly
100% happened.
But you don't just get a check. You have to jump through all these hoops, and then they might go, well, your tip was worth $10,000 of the $50,000 we offered. That's dumb.
Yeah.
How do you make rewards work? Why would anybody care about rewards?
Well, then we need to get the word out, Sean, to stop snitching.
That's right. Well, yeah, I mean, look, you might as well stop snitching if you're not going to get your money out of it.
Here's $2.57. You can't even afford the hash brown he was eating. There you go.
If I'm going to rat out somebody, I may very well be motivated by the fact that I might get $60,000 for doing so.
Sure.
And if afterwards I hear it, you don't get that money, guess what? Less people are going to turn somebody in, because turning somebody in comes with all sorts of bad stuff. The guy who turned this person in, his photos making the rounds right now. He's all over the place. People know who he is. There's people who support this guy who murdered the healthcare CEO. So God only knows what they'll want to do to him. It seems very bad. You should say, here's what we promise, and then pay it out. You're the FBI. What do you have, budget shortfalls? Get out of here with this nonsense. Pay the people who are doing your work for you. Wait, another hilarious thing. NYPD is out there full force. They're like, we got this. We're hot on this guy's trail. we're searching in Central Park, the gun's in the water here. They had no idea who this dude was. The only reason he's in jail right now is because of the McDonald's guy.
Yep.
And they all pat themselves on the back, and they all get paid, and they spend a lot of money on a manhunt, and the guy who did everything might get nothing. That's nonsense. I don't like that one bit. Let us know how you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. Lots of you chiming in on this and many other issues, so we hope to hear from you before the show is over today. Let's see what we got here. Here's Old Man River with a dispatch.
Good morning. Hey, just curious, how come we know more about this guy since he got arrested than we knew about the guy who tried to assassinate?
I got to stop this because he is about to drop an F-bomb, according to what I'm looking at here. So, Old Man River, I'm going to stop you. But it is interesting how much we know about this guy in less than 24 hours, I think. Well, about 24 hours.
Is he talking about the guy that tried to assassinate President Trump?
Yeah.
No, compared to that guy.
Right.
The Luigi dude, we know every school he went to. We know all of his gripes. We know. One reason I think is he had a bigger social media presence.
100%. The guy, he doesn't seem as much like a loner like the guy that tried to assassinate Trump.
Yeah, the Trump, both of those assassination attempts, those people didn't have very big online footprints. One of them had a Twitter account, but as has tended to be the case here, see, there's something that went down here that not a lot of people are talking about. Everybody sees somebody kills this healthcare CEO, and then people make him their hero, and they rally behind him, and they go, here's who this guy must have been. He must have been this poverty-stricken person who is getting revenge on the rich healthcare CEO, when actually the kid was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, grew up in a very rich family, and the healthcare CEO, his father was a grain elevator operator. He came from almost nothing and built himself up, climbing through the ranks of the company. So it wasn't what so many people thought it was. And we do this where we go, oh, this person must be right wing or left wing. And then we find their social media accounts and we find their online presence and we go, they're all over the place. There's all kinds of stuff. They don't fit in a nice little box like we're trying to put them in. And that's just how life works out sometimes. But we do know a shocking amount about this guy. Here's Be Nasty with the dispatch.
What's up, news junkies? So I was dating a girl, and when I went to meet her parents, I was wearing a shirt. It was a Dare shirt, but it said drugs are really expensive. Yeah, they weren't too impressed about that one. Have a good day. Hakuna Matata.
All right.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
Me either. Known Badger on Twitch says, so what you're telling me is the reward money is exactly like the healthcare system? In a way, yes. You're not wrong. It is like, hey, if you solve this, what are those rooms called? It's escape room. If you solve this escape room, then at the end, you might get access to what you're looking for, either the reward money or the health care you're searching for. Not too much of a difference between the two of those setups. One more real quick. Here is Dispatch Dan.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hi.
Sean C. Lane, good morning to you. Fritz, great to see you on the show all day today.
Hey, thank you.
This shooter, I don't know if I just haven't seen enough coverage, but I haven't heard this mentioned yet. And it kind of explains everything.
All right.
This 100% sounds like a mob hit. Look at
Mafia.
Look at how he just did it in the morning in public, not a care in the world. And then fast forward to being caught. He says everything is his. He
not everything
has this manifesto that is just pages and pages and pages long. When it comes to that money, not his, because he doesn't want to, be tied back to any kind of a family that he might have gone to for help.
Oh, that is not a bad point. It could be that he says the money, that's planted. All the other stuff is mine, but the money is planted. And that's coming from a bunch of stories that I'm seeing where he said, the 3D printed pistol, his. The 3D printed silencer, his. The loaded magazine, his. The manifesto his, but the $10,000 cash, $2,000 of it in a foreign currency. He goes, no, that's not mine. I don't know where that came from. Maybe somebody said, hey, I see what's going on here. You got to try to get out of the country. Here's some cash. And then maybe somebody assisted him and they didn't want to rat out that person. That could be it. Or I don't know. It was just very strange. $8,000 in U.S. cash, $2,000 in some sort of foreign currency.
Also,
and then,
just to piggyback, too, his name is very stereotypically Italian.
It very much is. Luigi Mangione. Yeah. In fact, it couldn't be more stereotypically Italian if you think about it. Yeah. Okay. We still got the police report. We'll probably do that after the next episode because there's some really interesting details in there. But we'll twist it up next. I've been waiting for a breakthrough. You guys don't have any faith in me that this is going to happen, but I'm telling you.
I have all the faith in you.
Do you know what he's talking about, Fritz?
I appreciate it. No, he just has faith. I like that. He's got blind faith.
Is it what I think it is?
What is it?
Talking to animals?
Yes. Okay. All right. The breakthrough that I believe is going to happen in our lifetime. I believe we're going to have a breakthrough, just like all this AI computing and all of these things. And we're going to be able to start talking with animals, which will change everything. And I've got some evidence coming forward of something that just happened that may show we're headed down that road at a faster speed than even I thought. What's going on? That is coming up next on the News Chunky.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Have you ever been come on to by someone really older than you?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've
42.
I've never done that. I've never like hooked up with somebody like considerably older than me. That's my wife's job. All right, 407-916-1041.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident causing a bit of delays here where Conroy Windermere Road meets Dr. Phillips Boulevard. There's slowdowns on I-4 in the Champions Gate area before US 27 and after State Road 429. Off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
Now that the kids are getting older, we needed to get a fence installed because we don't want them wandering into the lake in our backyard, and we most certainly did not want the alligators crawling into our backyard either. So once we called, they came and they surveyed our yard. They showed us what the options were, and within a couple of weeks, they installed the fence and we were good to go. I'm glad we picked Fence Outlet. They did a really good job.
See for yourself. Go to fenceoutlet.com. That's fenceoutlet.com.
License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Give your home a gift for the holidays by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Plus, they offer peace of mind. With Acclaim Impact windows and doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Here's what Joni had to say. Great workers and beautiful job. Love it. All the employees are wonderful. Thank you all. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup Disheners. Air Cup Disheners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern Style Sweet Tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7 plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
This is just to settle the bet. What is undoubtedly the worst Christmas song among all of them, and why is it the one about the donkey? That is my question for you.
Yeah, are you looking at my screen right now?
No, do you have that up? I can't even see it. Fritz, what is the worst Christmas song amongst all of them as a musician?
The one that makes me cringe the most is the one about if they know it's Christmas.
I love that song.
Because they're starving to death.
I love
Fritz is so right.
It's like, get over yourself.
I love that song for multiple reasons. First of all, the first time I heard it, like when I would start hearing it on the radio during Christmas season, musically,
it's beautiful.
It's a banger.
It's a good song.
The melody is very catchy. It sticks in your feet. The world. I mean, it makes you feel good. But then when you really pay attention to the lyrics, you go,
it's garbage.
These idiots. But it's hilarious. It makes me love it even more. I know people hate that song.
Yeah, it's big Imagine during COVID vibes.
Right.
It's huge Imagine during COVID vibes.
What was the one about the donkey? What was the story about it? It was like a donkey that could climb mountains and it had gifts.
I have some theories on this, and they're probably all wrong. I feel like Dominic the Donkey is like a Jersey thing or something for some reason. I don't know why I think that. But
well, it's the Italian Christmas donkey.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I feel like it's coming out of Jersey. And that song...
It's the guy...
every time I heard it.
The guy who popularized... This is Lou Monte, who sings Dominic the Donkey. The guy who popularized Peppino the Italian Mouse, which I guess is one of his other smash hits.
Damn.
Turns his questionable charm into an Italian Christmas donkey that helps Santa bring presents. Made in Brooklyn, of course. Dominic Wisely doesn't have much to say beyond La 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 because Monty and songwriters Ray Allen, Sam Salzberg, and Wandra Merrill, yes, it took 3 people to write this drivel, are too busy imitating the rhythmic thread of That's Amore to concentrate on lyrics.
Oh, man, who's that ripping this thing to shreds?
This is USA Today, and the reason I have it up is because I have issue with their number 1 and number 2 worst Christmas songs.
Really? All right, save that. We'll hear about that in a bit then. I'm interested to see what it is. I want to do 2 things really quickly. One is, and this is for everybody who's hanging out with us, you can always watch the show. If you want to watch afterwards, you can see under featured on thenewsjunkie.com the links to the video on demand, the VOD for each show. Or you can watch us live. When we're live, there's an alert right there on the top of the site, or you can go to YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. But this is from McDonald's. This is what the person who sent in the tip that said, hey, I think the shooter is here, saw. He's wearing a medical mask that covers some 80 to 85% of his face.
Yeah.
He has a beanie on his head. I would not have known who the hell that was if I saw this person at a McDonald's.
Okay, but right now, in 2024, who's still wearing medical masks?
That does make you more suspicious.
And I believe part of the, and I don't know if this is just a still, right? They didn't release any video.
No.
If he's eating at a McDonald's, he has to take off his mask to eat.
Yeah, there's another photo, too.
So yeah, I think that I read in one of the reports in one of the news stories about this that the person who recognized him when he removed his mask because he was at a McDonald's eating.
Well, that brings us to shot 2, which is C-Lane. Now you finally get to know at least some of what this guy ordered from McDonald's right before he got arrested by these police.
Fritz was right. It was a hash brown.
He's got a hash brown. He's rocking a hash brown. And you're right. He did have to pull off the medical mask.
See, I don't know that I would have gotten a positive ID from this shot.
I mean, you were going to say, see, I don't think I would have ordered a hash brown.
No, I definitely love the hash brown. Hash browns are delicious. I don't know that I would have noticed him from this shot, but also there were plenty of pictures of him wearing a medical mask.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you look at it, you're like, all right, we're in Altoona, so it's probably a little chilly, but how many people have been covering this much of their face to be at a McDonald's?
Right.
Meanwhile, how many pictures have we seen of this guy wearing a medical mask? It's almost like you recognize him because he's wearing the mask.
I have to say, I think skill level wise, like I have areas where I'm very confident in myself and I say I'm good at this thing. Skill level wise, if it comes to identifying somebody that is wanted, I would never have guessed. I could have been right next to this guy. I could have talked to this guy and it probably wouldn't register with me. Maybe this is the guy that shot the healthcare CEO. I am so bad at that. It's a problem that I have, and I don't think it's a problem I could fix, honestly. I'm just kind of face blind about stuff like this. But you think if you saw that, given all the information you had, you would be able to go, I think this might be the guy right here.
Yeah, do you think whoever called in said, I don't want to say 100% like de facto that's him, but can you guys just check to see who it is? Like, how would you make that call?
I think if I had seen that guy at a Central Florida McDonald's, and he's that bundled up, I'd be like, that is a little suspicious.
Yeah.
But you know, also it's pretty far away from where everything happened, and to think if he got to Florida that fast, I mean, it's possible.
I mean, just would be so bad.
You didn't really get very far, though, from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
No, that's not far at all.
6 days?
Yeah, he had a long time, and he didn't go very far. I think this is an interview with the tipster, the guy who actually...
That's a bad idea, tipster.
I don't know what this man's doing.
God.
You're not going to live long enough to see that $60,000.
No.
Well, let's see what he said.
Oh, I didn't really see a whole lot. I mean, the group of us are here every day. And
Everyday Mickey D's.
One of my friends, and I thought he was kidding. When the shooter, I'm assuming was the shooter who they made the arrest on, came in, he made a comment. But that looks like the shooter from New York. But I thought he was. the group of us, I thought it was more of a joke.
Oh, I wonder how this works then. What if the guy...
How many people saw that guy and thought, oh, that guy looks a little shootery, but didn't do anything?
Yeah.
He's with his oldo friends. They go to the McDonald's every day, and one of them goes, that guy really looks like the shooter guy. And he's like, does he really? And if this guy called 911, I feel like his buddy is the one that did the legwork.
His buddy didn't want to take the step.
Maybe not. So he's the face of this.
We were kidding about it, but then as it turned out, it was him. And like I said, the employee that thought it was him, I guess, started the initial investigation on it. I talked.
Why are these guys always so bad at telling stories?
I don't know.
Man, you got the greatest story of your lifetime.
And he wants everyone to take their time to listen. Well, because, you got to understand, this was right in the middle of the 20s. This was 2024. Sir, this happened last week. Yes, we know. Please tell us.
He's like, around this time of year, we usually go to McDonald's every day. And I was wondering, should I get the hash brown? No, I don't want to get the hash brown today. I'm going to go with the bagel. Just blabbing and yapping, this guy.
Later, I said, was I here when he came in? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, actually, you and your friends and all were making a joke, almost like saying,
Buddy, my gosh, he's the worst storyteller. It's just like, he could have been like dramatizing this whole thing and dropping bombs on everybody. And then I knew it. And I thought, we got to do something about this. This guy's the worst. All right, buddy. Well, you did it, though. If it wasn't for you and your friends, the NYPD would still be swimming in Central Park trying to find something over there.
Yep.
Let's get to the story about the animals talking, because that's my true passion. And I'm trying to look over the horizon and spot the things that are going to change the future. And one that I truly believe in is we're going to break down the barriers of communication and be able to communicate with animals. And man, will that be a game changer. Like, imagine you go to the zoo after all this happens.
Like with grammar and syntax and punctuation.
All of it, all of it. And you go and you're like, look how awesome this is. They're having a great time in this enclosure. And they're doing good things for letting people know about how wildlife works. And you walk in and all of a sudden you can talk to the chimp, and the chimp is like, get me out of here. You change your views on things immediately. You would go, this doesn't seem that great. Or if you just look down at your dog and go, how are you doing today? And Lexi looks up at you and goes, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Stomach's not feeling great. If we could skip
I got
the
a little
walk
pup
today.
set stomach?
Yes, I do have a pup set stomach. And stop saying pup puns every time you talk to me.
That's a great pun.
And stop talking to me in that funny dog voice that you and...
No, that's how she talks.
I don't use that voice.
Could you stop making that voice, please? That's not how I sound.
The pets are going to fight back, and they're going to start communicating with us, or we're going to start communicating with them very, very soon. And the thing that is the beginning of this breakthrough is these soundboards that you've probably seen on social media that people use with their pets. There's been a big study done by the University of California at San Diego in their comparative cognition lab and Johns Hopkins University. They analyzed data from 152 pet dogs who use these soundboards. What these are, if you're not familiar, is they'll have in their house buttons on the floor. One button may mean water. One may mean outside. One may mean pee. One may mean, all variety of things, snack, whatever. And the dogs will go over and hit a combination of buttons to tell you what they want. And so they wanted to see, did the dogs understand this, or is this just totally random? This is the first scientific study to analyze how dogs actually use soundboards, according to a professor of cognitive science at UC San Diego. The findings reveal that dogs are pressing buttons purposefully to express their desires and needs, not just imitating their owners. When dogs combine two buttons, these sequences are not random, but instead seem to reflect specific requests from the pets. To understand how these soundboards work in practice, consider a dog who needs to go outside to relieve itself. The study found that combinations like outside and potty, two different buttons, or food and water, occurred more frequently than random chance would suggest. So this is purposeful communication with these animals.
I think cats can also do that to a certain degree.
Probably, yeah. I would think that they're probably cognitively similar.
Yeah, they have to be.
That like they're pretty. If one could talk and speak to us, the other probably will be able to do the same.
Yeah, the other one would say, "Shut up!"
And then we're only a hop, skip, and a jump away from cutting down the communication with these animals to just a moment where you go, "How you doing today, dog?" And you're not talking to your friend. You're talking to your actual pet. And I, for one, find that to be amazing.
It's rad.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
Then we can finally get like some answers as to why those orcas are just destroying, just bodying all of those yachts out there.
I want to know that. And imagine, Fritz, we hear from the cows and the chickens and the cows. If we hear from them and they go, "Hey, this is terrible.
Yeah,
you guys are eating us. Would you mind, please? This is the worst thing that's ever happened to any species ever."
Do you think that cows know that they're being eaten?
I don't know. Maybe at the end there.
Do we want to know?
Or are there stories that get passed down the line? Like, my great-great-grandpa cow told me that here's how it happens at the end.
I remember being a kid and I don't know, it was a cartoon or a book or something. I think it was a cartoon. There was some dark-ass story where, like, down in the sea, in the school of fishies, they learn not to just eat random worms.
Right.
Because random worms equal
could be on hooks. Right?
Yeah, the fish don't know the hooks are there.
I believe in them. I think these animals are a little smarter, some of them, especially the mammals, than we give them credit for. And the moment we can talk back and forth with them, everything changes. What a time to be alive. We're on this roller coaster at a very interesting moment, friend. When we come back, we're going to do the next episode. We're going to go over this police report from the McDonald's incident where they caught this shooter. There's some pretty dramatic and interesting stuff in there. I want to talk with Fritz about perhaps he's been following these drone sightings.
Oh, yeah.
It's blowing up big time. That story.
It's concerning.
It's concerning, and how do we not have better answers? If a lot of people in New Jersey or the country are saying, "Hey, what are these vehicle-sized drones that are flying over our cities?"
Reportedly vehicle-sized.
How are there not answers? Like, how do they? Well, actually, it was this. We were working on it. So we'll get into that rabbit hole as well. A lot happening on a Share the Show Tuesday, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Tuesday. And for the rest of today, we'll be expecting a dry and partly cloudy day with temperatures that will be unseasonably warm. Plan for a high of 82 degrees today in Orlando, but don't get too used to it because our warm stretch will come to an end as a cold front arrives tomorrow. That cold front will be bringing with it scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, along with much cooler temperatures, with highs only reaching the low 60s by Thursday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
It's the time of year when everyone is making plans to hit the road. If you're gearing up to get outside, Amazon Automotive is here to help. Whether you're hitting the beach, the trail, or somewhere in between, you'll find great deals on parts and accessories for your car, truck, motorcycle, or RV. Simply visit us online to customize your vehicle with a wide selection of floor mats, bike racks, camping equipment, power sports, accessories, and more. Get going today at Amazon.com/automotive. That's Amazon.com/automotive.
Happy holidays. Welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
Hey, it's Sisney from On Air with Ryan Seacrest. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious crispy or roasted chicken sandwich just the way you want. Chicken how you wanna at Wawa.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go! Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Be motivated, be committed, be empowered, and become unstoppable. At Valencia College, pursue your degree on your timeline. Learn with day, night, weekend, and online courses, and 10 convenient locations close to home and work. Be a student on your schedule. Become a success on your terms. Apply now at valenciacollege.edu. Classes start January 6th.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And C-Lane's hyped up, angry, if you will, about the two Christmas songs that made some list here. We'll
dumb. And
find out.
The other ones we talked about, some of them weren't even on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that people fight over this every year, but we'll see what these two are that he's talking about in particular. I saw a comment over in chat, point blank, Ted said, did the News Junkie cover the story about the guy in Utah driving his car into the dealership?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Did you see this, Fritz? As a guy who had purchased a Subaru Outback from a dealership, and he bought it in the morning.
Isn't that what Fowler drives?
I think so. And he wanted to return the car, and they said, sorry, pal, it was sold as is. And
he said, we'll see about that.
Yes, he did. Have you seen this, C-Lane, or no?
I have not, no.
All right, here, let's watch. I'll describe it for everybody. He just drives right into the dealership.
Pretty good aim there, right through the door.
Right through the door, hits like the front desk area, jumps out of the car,
slams the door and tries to walk out.
Yeah, he ends up leaving. He's just in there. He goes, "You say I wouldn't do it?" He's screaming all sorts of curse words and stuff. He was not happy about that car, and he said it was like a lemon. And they said, "No, as is, buddy." And bam, he just drove right into the damn place.
That's one way to do it.
Not a very smart move.
Yeah, he's probably going to get in some trouble for this, one would imagine. We shall see. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode
with me. No clip needed, because I forgot it.
Yeah, it works out. All right.
Next episode brought to you by Home Loans Radio and HomeLoansRadio.com, ThatMortgageGuy.Don.com, featuring our good friend Fritz, who not only was gracious enough to join us for the day, but gets his own camera, this full screen. Look at this guy.
Look at this.
Looking great. And he's a part of the Home Loans Radio show every Saturday. Fritz, do you think you know more about mortgages now that you've been you've been kind of in it, for a while? You've been doing this show with them. Would you think that your knowledge of the mortgage process is not only enhanced by the show, but the fact that you went to That Mortgage Guy, Don, to get your house, right?
That is absolutely correct, yeah. It's streamlined. It's one of the easiest things that I've ever done, and it was surprisingly easy.
Well, you can listen to Fritz and MJ and That Mortgage Guy, Don, and get all their information at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Now, over to this USA Today list, because, Sean, you had brought up that you hate Dominic the Donkey. You think that is the worst Christmas song.
It's like nails on a chalkboard to me for some reason.
Is it the kitschy little, hee-haw, hee-haw?
That's
chickadee-chig?
That really pisses him off.
In terms of my list of things that I don't like about the song, the hee-haw, hee-haw is very high up on the list.
Well, there is a list here. And your Dominic the Donkey made number 6 on this list of 10, and it counts down from 10. So I'm guessing whoever wrote this USA Today article, who says the worst Christmas songs that'll turn you into a Scrooge, and at number 10, it was NSYNC's "I Never Knew the Meaning of Christmas." Now,
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah,
me either.
I don't think that that's the same as that really popular NSYNC Christmas song, because arguably NSYNC has one of the more popular Christmas songs of recent
Merry Christmas.
time. Yeah,
that's
happy holidays. There's no way that's "I Never Knew the Meaning of Christmas."
No.
There's a Neil Diamond one on here. Weirdly enough, the Killers' "Don't
It's
Shoot
Christmas.
Me, Santa."
Is that the Neil Diamond?
Maybe.
They all sound the same.
One of the ones you like, Sean, is on here. "Don't Shoot Me, Santa" by the Killers.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that song.
A couple of these are just, I think they don't like the version, like the Pussycat Dolls' "Santa Baby," and it says there are only 2 acceptable versions of this song, Eartha Kitt's original and Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't know that New Kids on the Block has a song called "Funky Funky Christmas." Have you heard "Funky Funky Christmas" by New Kids on the Block? We don't have it, unfortunately. They took issue with Jessica Simpson and Ashley Simpson redoing "The Little Drummer Boy." The "Christmas Shoes" by New Song.
Oh, I hate that.
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate "Christmas Shoes"?
I hate it because it's so bad in how it's said. The chorus, Mr. Can I buy these shoes? I need them for my mama, please. I hate that those 2 lines are back to back.
I've never been a fan of that song.
And the entire story's garbage.
It sounds like one of those songs. It's like the Christmas Butterfly Kisses. It's just like it's trying to make you cry on purpose, and
didactic.
Get you into the spirit. It says, even the Scroogiest among us can't condemn a song for ostensibly trying to show the true meaning of the holiday through the story song of a little boy who wants to buy his dying mother a pair of shoes for Christmas, but doesn't have enough money, so he appeals to a stranger in line at the shoe store. Oh, wait, yes, we can, because it's bad. And then they get to number 2, And now I'm just like, no, you guys are just trying to hot take this thing. These two are beloved Christmas songs.
What do we got?
We got this one here.
Grandma got run over
that's a good song.
It's a great song.
It's supposed to be cheesy.
That's the whole point. They say the tale of the elderly lady getting steamrolled by Rudolph because she drank too much eggnog and forgot to take her meds might make a 6-year-old. That's a weird word. I don't know that I like that word.
Where are you going, bud?
It's
this has broken you. This word is like
it would stop you too because I'm sure it's a real word, but it's the N word with S before it.
Oh,
snigger. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
like
all right,
chuckle.
yeah.
Could have picked a different word. I don't know.
I would have gone a different route.
But isn't it
I
a
would have
bit
gone with
cruel?
chuckle.
Yeah. Forget Grandma's louse of a husband who is so distraught by her untimely death that he's drinking beer and playing cards with Cousin Mel. These people are the Scrooges writing this because the number one. This thing, like I think something that makes a Christmas song really popular is when it's attached to a really good Christmas movie. And there are a handful of really good Christmas movies that include Alvin and the Chipmunks. Not because it's a bad song. They don't go, let's put a bad song in the movie. They put good songs in the movie. And so I just wholeheartedly disagree with that USA Today article. Doesn't mention a damn thing about do they know it's Christmas.
Or the Paul McCartney song, which is also pretty bad.
Not a big fan.
People are hating on the Mariah Carey song, but it seems to be undeniably pretty damn popular.
I think people are hating on the Mariah Carey song because it's so shoved down your throat for the entire more than a month from like the week before Thanksgiving until New Year's Day that going the 10.5 months in between is not enough time to wash that song out of your mind. It's starting to grate on me a little bit.
There's also a lot of mystery around Mariah Carey. Like, I don't know Mariah Carey that well. Does she vote for Trump or Kamala Harris? I don't know. I don't
care.
I kind of do. It would be interesting if she started to make you second guess what you would think about her. Like, if she came out with a MAGA hat on, I might be like, might rock my world for a little bit and go, away. What's happening
here? She would
here?
never. For all the reasons that you always talk about, celebrities should never get into politics. You want Mariah Carey, who is the arguably queen of Christmas, is what they call her because of that one damn song, to axe half the fans of that song by taking a political stance?
Yes, I'm embracing chaos.
Yeah.
I want to take her down.
He wants to see the world burn.
That's what's happening.
In non-Christmas news, I think as Scrooge and old Fritz here, I think as a youngish actor, it would be like, really, really exciting to get that call that says, we want you to be in a Star Wars. We want you to join the Star Wars universe.
Oh, yeah.
And the person who has gotten that call is the heartthrob himself, star of the Bear, Jeremy Allen White.
Okay.
Joining the Star Wars universe. But it's a voice role.
All right.
And he's been cast in the unlikely role of Jabba the Hutt's son, Rada.
That's so specific.
In the new movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
I'd still take it.
Plot details are being kept under wraps for the time being. The movie is expected to premiere in May of 2026. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have called it quits.
Oh, no.
Awkwardly enough, just months before the arrival of their new baby. Megan and MGK ended things over the Thanksgiving weekend while they were together in Vail, Colorado. They're told over at TMZ, the reason for the split is Megan found material on MGK's phone that was upsetting and made her want to leave the trip early.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on, Kelly.
Well, was it the murderer's thumb that got him in the end? Is that what they call it? When you have when you have a short thumb, I think they call it a murderer's thumb.
I thought she was the one with weird thumbs.
She is the one with the weird thumb, but I'm saying, is that what did him? Hold on. Murderer's thumb.
It made her want him to leave the trip early. I misspoke. So he dipped out of the trip, and since then they haven't seen each other, and they're not together at this time. Megan announced her pregnancy back in early November, just a few weeks before that Thanksgiving trip went south. At the time, she said she was about 4 to 5 months along. Taylor Swift has given a lot of that $2 billion back to her team. The Eras Tour singer has dished out $197 million in bonuses, according to a person familiar with the situation but not authorized to speak publicly. How are you betraying the trust of the Taylor Swift camp when you're getting that much money in bonuses?
Bad move.
Did you just get the smallest bonus and somebody else is getting the bigger one?
Is this really a bad leak, C-Lane? This coming out is the leak that makes her look good.
Right. Is it a leak at all?
Well, it's kind of presented as a leak, so we'll just call it that one for now. Jeremy Renner talked about recovering from his near-fatal snowplow accident in January of 2023. He spoke at an onstage talk about his recovery at Saudi Arabia's Red Sea Film Festival, and they asked if there was any limitations imposed by his injuries. He goes, "I don't think of it as limitations. I have 25% titanium now, so F Iron Man." And sorry, guys. I know you were looking forward to it, maybe being on Broadway, probably not Broadway, but somewhere off Broadway. But a musical inspired by the viral Olympic breakdancer Ray Gunn was shut down hours before it was due to open on Saturday.
Thank God.
After lawyers representing the athlete threatened legal action, the show creators said on social media. Steph Broadbridge, an Australian comedian who wrote and intended to star in Ray Gunn the Musical, said in a video posted on Instagram, the breakdancer's lawyers got in touch with the venue and threatened legal action. Its debut performance was supposed to be at the Sydney venue Kinsella's and intended to retell the story of Australian breaker Rachel Gunn, widely known as Ray Gunn, whose performance spawned countless memes on social media, or Soch, as it's starting to be called.
Gross.
As well as a backlash against her and the sport itself. Also, hey, the trailer for Severance Season 2, another one, has been released by Apple TV Plus. A lot more stuff in it, so make sure you check that out later today. Tonight on the Boob Tube, recap of the final top 5 performance live on The Voice. The premiere of Never Alone for Christmas on BET. Ryan Seacrest will be on Jimmy Kimmel. You hear that, bosses? John Mulaney, Linda Cardellini on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and Colin Jost will be on Seth Meyers. That's it for your next episode. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
Crowd goes wild. Listen to them.
They love them.
Yeah, that murderer's thumb thing, when you have those short thumbs, back in the day, they used to think that meant you were a murderer because it was an outsized number of people who were killing folks who had those little short thumbs, those little short thumbnails, like a clubbed thumb, and they would jail them. They would throw you in jail if you had those little thumbs. There's thinking that you were going to commit a crime at some point in time.
Very odd.
So now I have to look up, is it his thumb?
It's hers. She's got the little shorter thumb, so she may be a murderer or that's bunk. Not sure. We'll find out. Okay, we're going to get into the police report from the arrest yesterday of the healthcare CEO murderer. There's some real interesting stuff in there. One of his friends is coming out and doing some interviews. We'll get into that in a bit. Google unveiling something mind-boggling and something new in the AI world. A lot on the way on a Share the Show Tuesday, and it's coming up next on the News Chunky.
Your chance to win tickets to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on the roadways this afternoon. The ramp from I-4 eastbound to Florida's Turnpike northbound, that is partially blocked due to an accident. If you see emergency vehicles or police activity on the roadways, move over and slow down. There's an earlier accident where Oak Ridge Road meets Orange Avenue. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, owner of Blindster.com. And right now, we're offering up to 50% off all our custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters during our Cyber Week sale. Don't miss out on some incredible deals. But hurry, sale ends December 10th. Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioning,
conditioner's making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! FrankGayServices.com.
If you have chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, or shoulders, who can you turn to? How about real people with pain just like yours who discovered QC Kinetics?
Came to QC Kinetics. I had a lot of issues with my shoulders and neck. I am excited at the progress, being able to throw footballs with the grandkids.
My name is Jake. Was skeptical at first, but now after my procedures, I'm almost 100%.
Tens of thousands of patients are pain-free again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime, thanks to a groundbreaking regenerative therapy that uses your body's own healing agents to revitalize damaged tissue. For a free consultation, call 689-288-8697.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I have absolutely no pain. The whole process is just fantastic.
So I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
Find out if you're a candidate for regenerative therapy today. For a free consultation, call 689-288-8697. 689-288-8697.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems. I got one for my house. I love it. Discounts are starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. Tesla Powerwall offered right now at the lowest prices they've ever seen. So get yourself one. It's a great gift for the holidays. Sales are currently planned through December 31st, but that may change. So get them now. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Save time and money with the aluminum fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $23.65. Go to FenceOutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License numbers C10252 and C10803.
If you're looking for that headliner gift for this Christmas, International Diamond Center has a fantastic idea. How about a Rolex watch? IDC is your source for luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We have hundreds in stock for both ladies and gentlemen. All models, Hulk, Submariners, Pepsis, Batmans, models that you can't find anywhere else. IDC is a worldwide buyer of pristine, well-cared-for pre-owned Rolexes. We choose only the best of the best so you can buy with confidence. So if you're looking to go over the top with a gift of ultimate luxury, come let us help you find that perfect pre-owned Rolex. Or if you're celebrating a successful year in 2024, consider rewarding yourself with your own Rolex. International Diamond Center, your holiday destination for the perfect gift. Gorgeous rings, stunning earrings, dazzling pendants, eye-catching bands, designer bracelets, in every price range. Need some help? Relax. Our non-commissioned experts are ready to take you by the hand and guide you, making sure you choose the perfect gift that's sure to bring tears of joy on Christmas morning. International Diamond Center. Get location, store hours, and more at shopidc.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
The month of December, I thought we'd have it in neutral here and just be hanging out.
Do we not? Are we not?
Oh, there are so many stories are popping up. This whole healthcare CEO thing has been wild.
When do you think you work harder? When we have a really big, juicy story that's got so many details and everybody is affixed to for various reasons, whether it's fascination or whether they're weirdly a stan of this guy or when nothing's going on and you have to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Is so much tougher when nothing is going on and I have to rant about some very, very esoteric things to keep the show going. There's a lot of interesting things happening as we round out 2024. It's been a wild year. I can only expect that next year will be every bit as weird and strange. And we had this story that's transfixed people in the last week, where the healthcare CEO was assassinated, essentially, in Manhattan. And then it looked like this guy was a professional. Holy cow, they'll never find him. And then he wasn't. Some young guy who changed a couple of months ago and started getting obsessed with his anger being directed at healthcare. And I've got now the police report. What happened at this McDonald's is kind of interesting. And here's what it says. It's the actual police report about his arrest. It says, upon arrival, officers were able to locate the male matching the aforementioned description sitting near the rear of the building at a table. He was wearing a blue medical mask and was looking at a silver laptop computer that was placed on the table. The male also had a backpack on the floor near the table he was sitting at. Co-affiant made contact with the male and informed him that officers were called to the McDonald's for a suspicious male matching his description. The officer asked the male to pull down his medical mask so he could see his face. The male goes, sure, and he pulls down his medical mask that he was wearing. The officers immediately recognized him as the suspect from New York City's incident after seeing photos released from him from media sources. I'll tell you again, I think if I was right there in front of his face and he pulled the mask down, I'd go, you look a little bit like that guy, but I don't know that I would be so sure immediately.
I mean, even we talked about yesterday, I think, the kid on TikTok whose mom told him to go change because he was wearing the hoodie and he looked like the guy. That kid looked like the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. He looked more like the guy than the guy, I think. So he was asked to pull down his mask. Immediately, the officers recognized him as a suspect from the New York City incident. The officer asked the male for identification. He provided officers with a New Jersey driver's license bearing the name Mark Rosario, and the officer took the license and ran the information through the dispatch center. Officer asked the male if he'd been to New York recently. At this point in time, the guy's like, have I been to New York? The male became quiet, and they said the suspect started to shake. Just, I'm not sure if you've ever seen this, but there's a video of somebody who was hauling a large amount of drugs in the trunk of their car. and the cops had pulled them over, and they started to ask them questions. And there's nervous, but then there's I'm about to go to prison for a long time nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who had the drugs in the back of their trunk, as the officer's asking them questions, all of a sudden they go, and then they start getting tremors, and they fall to their knees. This guy started shaking because obviously he knows they're asking about New York. They know what's going on here. Additional officers arrived on the scene to assist with identifying the male. At this time, dispatch was unable to find any information that matched up with the license that he gave. The male was advised that he was under an official police investigation, and if he lied about his identity, he would get arrested. The male then stated that his name was Luigi Mangione, and he said the driver's license was a fake ID card. They asked him, why did you lie about that? And he said, I clearly shouldn't have lied about it. The officers then placed the defendant into custody for forgery and false identification to law enforcement. The defendant was placed into custody at the time. The defendant was handcuffed and was searched on the scene. He was then transported back to the police department station where his property was inventoried, and they took a look at what he had in his backpack. During a search of the defendant's backpack, they found a black 3D printed pistol and a black silencer. The pistol had a metal slide and a plastic handle with a metal threaded barrel. The pistol had one loaded Glock magazine with 6 9mm full metal jacket rounds. There was also one loose 9mm hollow point round. The silencer was also 3D printed. And then they go through all of the charges that he was facing. The charges at that time were about lying to the cops, having these firearms that he shouldn't have.
I wonder what the hollow point round was for.
I don't know. He did one loose hollow point round that was in the bag with all this other stuff. And then strangely enough, he copped to all of it in his court appearance, except for the bag of $10,000 in cash, $8,000 U.S. Currency, and $2,000 of another currency. And that one, he goes, they planted that on me. That wasn't mine.
They're like, all right, we were going to let you have that money, but all right.
Too bad. We'll take it over here. So that's what happened with the police interaction there. And now his friend from Hawaii is talking about the experience of being his roommate, living with him, and was on CNN, I guess. The guy's name's R.J. Martin. Said he lived with Luigi Mangione. Let's see what he says.
Looking forward to living in Hawaii and being healthy. He was excited about getting to know new people, experiencing new culture.
And did he, all right, so I know this was back in around 2022. So you're coming out of COVID. I'm curious, RJ, did you know where he was working remotely or why he had suddenly decided to decamp to Honolulu? Was there sort of any break in his life or anything that you ever became aware of?
This guy's from Mexico.
No.
Right
It's
now.
very natural. Our members all have remote jobs, and Hawaii is one of those places that many people would love to live. So we provide kind of an all-inclusive living experience, so it makes it easy for them to move to the islands.
All right. He said our members.
Is he hiring? Yeah. What's going on?
Now, our members. So this is starting to sound a little culty, honestly. I don't know what that means.
I think we would have to hear the beginning of the interview, but I think he lived somewhere where it's like, remember yesterday we talked about the place that's just for dinks?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like maybe they were a part of some like inclusive living facility that people go to because they have a lot of money and they want to be in Hawaii, but they also work remotely.
Like remote tech bros would be
Yeah.
part of this. Let's see. Maybe he mentions more about this.
Okay, so I know you considered him from your interactions with him, the time you spent together, as someone who would be a lifelong friend. What was he like when you knew him? And I know you shared some pictures with us as well. I mean, in terms of how social he was and the sort of interactions that he would have had with the other people in your co-living community.
Co-living community?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound culty. That's what is that a normal thing? And I'm just not familiar with the phrase co-living community.
I'm trying to look up what the actual thing is called.
It kind of smacks of that WeWork company where it's like you lived there and you also worked there.
Okay, I could see that. That sounds way less bad than this co-living community thing. But I just see a bunch of people chilling out, getting some work done, I guess, in the photographs that they're looking at. And I'll tell you, you can think whatever you want to think about evil and about people who do terrible things, but to a person, every person that I've seen that interacted with this guy said he was incredibly nice. Mm-hmm. So obviously, he killed somebody here, and he'll face that in prison or face that in a courtroom. But everybody said this was a really nice dude prior to whatever happened a few months before.
A very thoughtful person, communicated really well, was friendly, had good relationships with everyone. He was even, in some ways, a bit of a leader. He helped spearhead a book club that we started just so we could, keep those intellectual pursuits alive from back when we were in school.
So you mentioned that he was into health. How did that manifest himself? And you mentioned you went hiking together, things like
Interesting
that.
choice
Can
of
you
word.
tell us more about that? Why he cared about health? And I understand also that at one point you did become aware of some issues with his back.
Okay, here's the back that I was talking about.
Yeah, so when I first interviewed him before he moved in, I remember he said he had a back issue and he was hoping to get stronger in Hawaii. So he's always focused on trying. When he first came, he went on a surf lesson with other members, and unfortunately, just a basic surf lesson, he was in bed for about a week. We had to get a different bed for him that was more firm, and I know it was really traumatic and difficult. When you're in your early 20s and you can't, do some basic things, it can be really, really difficult.
Yeah, they're working around these basic things, but I've seen some people talking about how I think he was having some problems having sex. It was one of the issues as a result of these back things that he was dealing with, and the back surgery that he had didn't help him out with any of that. So that led him to who knows what. There's speculation crazy about he got into hallucinogenics, ayahuasca, that kind of stuff.
Just because he was reading about it?
Yeah, because he was reading about it. And there seems to be, like, if you look up ayahuasca, you will find studies that say ayahuasca is a miracle drug. You will find studies that say all of the problems that you have, your anxiety, all your issues in your brain, your depression, can be solved by ayahuasca. And that's why people are driven to giving this a shot. And it's what is it? Is it a plant? Look at what exactly it is. But it's something that they do. You can get in Mexico, and you can get in South and Central America, I think. And it's a way to hallucinate. It's a drug.
Yeah, you also hear that from psilocybin mushrooms, too.
Right. And people, the same thing. They'll say the same thing about that. And in fact, there are some kind of radical places where they will treat depression and these types of things by doing these.
I don't find that to be radical at all.
But there's also a lot of stories that I've seen about this where somebody has started doing ayahuasca and then they had a psychic break, or a psychotic break, I should say. For instance, the guy who tried to kill Paul Pelosi, will remember that story, where he went to Nancy Pelosi's house and he had like a hammer and he was just smashing on Paul Pelosi with it and trying to kill the poor guy. That guy, they said, was fairly normal for a while and then just got big into some of these hallucinogenics and ayahuasca and stuff, and then just became crazy. So I don't know what to make of all of that. I don't know if there's been enough research done.
All right. So this place that they lived, somebody else that knew him was interviewed. Somebody Wexler, Jackie Wexler.
Okay, good.
A food technologist in New York, used to live with Mangione at Surf Break on Oahu. Originally envisioned as a long-term housing for graduate students, Surf Break morphed into a sort of adult dorm for, as its website says, adventurers, remote workers, and mindful travelers united by shared life in our co-living and co-working spaces.
Okay.
So, I think, Fritz was saying, sort of like a WeWork that you live at.
But not culty.
No, I think just kind of like if you want to be in a dorm the rest of your life.
or just
I can make sense of that.
Or just for a portion of your life outside of college.
Yeah, kind of like a social house.
And you're not alone.
No.
Like a surf frat.
Camaraderie with these people who have like-minded interests, I guess. Okay, I can see some of that. There's a lot of speculation as to what was going on with this guy. But it seems kind of clear to me that he just was angry. He put his anger, he directed it at the insurance companies, which a lot of other people have done afterwards, too. Let's see what we got here. Let's work in a couple of dispatches real quick. What do you got?
That R.J. Martin, you said he was in Mexico. He was in Oaxaca. He might still be living at Surf Break because they have a location in Hawaii and they have one at Oaxaca. Am I saying that right?
I have no idea because it's spelled very weird.
That's Oaxaca.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put it in Google and see how to pronounce it.
Emma
We'll see if you were right or wrong.
Go to YouTube, Emma Says.
I know you're going to get this right, Celine. I believe in you. What did you say it was before we get the test from the computers?
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca. See if he was right.
Ready, guys?
Yeah.
You ready?
Oaxaca.
Totally wrong.
We kind of knew it.
That sounds more right now that I hear it. Let's go over to Chaos with the dispatch.
Hey, junkies. Happy today. Hey, Sean, I was curious because I haven't really heard many people talking on it as far as like publications or, radio or TV at all.
All right.
Have you noticed any of because there's only been maybe 2 people I've noticed, one being Tim Pool. Tim Pool spoke about it. This guy, Luigi Mangione, he had severe spinal issues.
Yeah.
For a long time, to the point where I guess he wasn't able to do essential, just basic everyday things.
I don't think it was for a long time. I don't. I think it started from the story that I could see so far in that surf accident that the roommate just mentioned. And then when he went to a doctor, as I said at the start of the show, this is one of the biggest, it's controversial, this area, because a lot of doctors will go, oh, get this surgery done. And people who get this surgery done will tell you it doesn't do anything. And it's terribly painful. And now you've got metal inside your body. And now you've got even more pain than you had before.
Which was it? Which procedure, I wonder?
I forgot what it is, but
because there's a bunch of spinal things that, you probably get done.
Generally speaking, they'll go in and they'll put titanium in there, and you've got screws inside your body, and they are trying to fix something in your spine, obviously. But these surgeries, your spine is one of those things where you can't just fix it. It's not easy. It's very complex. And sometimes you're in more pain afterwards, which is a psychosomatic thing as well. Like when they tell you, hey, do this thing, it'll help you out. And then they do the thing and it doesn't fix you. It screws with your head because you think, well, I was supposed to get better and I actually didn't. And then from there, who knows what happened to this guy? We'll learn more, I'm sure, as the days go by. Quick break on this. When we come back, Fritz, let's get talking about drones. All right?
Yeah.
Let's get talking about these drones in New Jersey because they are transfixing the internet right now. And I can't believe this, but there's now a state of emergency that's being called for because of these drones. And we got to find out what's happening. There's some potential answers. We'll get into it. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You should have said, I'm gay, and then done a rep.
I thought about doing that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Traffic is slowing down due to an accident, partially blocking the ramp from I-4 eastbound to Florida's Turnpike northbound. Expect delays on I-4 eastbound. Traffic is backed up from State Road 435 or Kirkman Road. There's an earlier accident where Oak Ridge Road meets Orange Avenue. Just move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation. and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
This is Cheryl Burke from Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. I've had friends who have struggled with their weight for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. And with GLP-1s, my friends actually noticed a reduction in cravings and felt way more in control of their eating habits, which led to weight loss, physical health, and feeling way more optimistic about their future. Feeling good is most important, and no matter what you do to be healthy or lose weight, for me, it's constantly honestly taking my dog for a walk multiple times a day and chasing after her. Your routines can apply science to be utilized. Everyone wins. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hey, Leesburg. Join us for an evening of fun and excitement at Discover Leesburg. This Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. at Town Square, enjoy live music from Dan Taylor. Experience our evening market on 5th and 6th Street. Browse unique finds and tasty treats just in time for Christmas. Explore our downtown merchants as you stroll and discover Leesburg. Mark your calendars for this Friday. Discover Leesburg. Go to leesburgflorida.gov for more information. Again, that's leesburgflorida.gov.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems like I got. I love them. Discounts starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. They're Tesla powerful walls, and they're awesome. The lowest price they've ever seen at Solar Source. Sales are currently planned to run through December 31st, so get them now. It's solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern-style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Drive right here, live on the show. We're going to see if we can get over 100 bikes for kids for Christmas, and I got faith. I know that you'll show up. I know that we can do this together. So now is the time to, ahead of time, snag a bike for a little kid, whatever age you're thinking. And they have, teenagers and, young kids as well.
Sealand, how old are you?
38.
Okay, so I'm going to
38-year-olds.
I'm going to buy a bike for a 38-year-old.
Put some training wheels on the back of that thing. I think it's been a while since he's been on a bike, so got to give him all the help he can get. For the little kids, go grab a bike and bring it out to our bike drive at Orlando City's soccer stadium on Thursday. And it doesn't have to be put together. We're going to have people out there helping us out. We're going to just see how many different kids we can change their lives for this Christmas. We think it's a big deal when you're young to wake up and get something like a bike that changes your overall outlook on things sometimes. And it gives you a little bit of independence, too. And I think that we could do this together. We could do something good. We've done it for many, many years. Thousands of bikes have been donated. Our friend Mo DeWitt from JustCallMo.com is going to be out there with us. It's going to be a great event, and we hope you'll hang out with us on Thursday and maybe even donate a bike. So there you go. Details, realradio.fm/bike.
Just
B-I-K-E.
one bike, B-I-K-E. It's at Interco Stadium. It's the Gate D is the little parking lot there. It's a 103 Glen Lane. That's Glen with 2 N's. And you just find all that information there, and we'll be happy to see you donate the bike. Come by, say hello, get some magnets, and then we're good to go.
Absolutely. All right, Fritz. Let's talk about drones.
Yeah,
let's talk about these drones. Now, this was in New Jersey that this started, and people are saying, "What's going on?" There's drones flying up in the sky. Is this a new thing, or does this happen all the time in your world where you're following this type of stuff, Fritz?
I mean, have they come out? They haven't said if these are UAPs or anything, right? Like mysterious UFOs kind of thing.
I haven't gotten a good answer on that,
honestly. They just don't know
honestly.
what the hell they are. Then I would say that this happens every day all over the world. And the fact that this one place is seeing more of them is probably maybe they're stunting. Maybe they want people to see more of them.
They have identifying lights on them. Not identifying because the lights don't say who they are, but they have the proper lighting, I think, from certain videos that I've seen that you would expect from a drone flying around at night.
If they have flashing red lights, then that should be some kind of FAA identification.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, but how has this been going on for weeks, I wonder, and there's no really solid answers to why there are big-ass drones flying over New Jersey?
Because maybe we can't fight these. Maybe this is a superior technology.
That's dark. This is going to be a wild 2025 if that's true. Let's see what they're saying here. Hold on. This is NBC talking about this.
Elected officials to take action on Staten Island.
Yeah, a letter was sent to the FBI requesting flight restrictions over the entire borough. Their complaints join others in New Jersey, where people are still questioning where the drones are coming from. News 4's Jen Maxfield covering this today. She's live in Wharton, New Jersey, with what she's learned. Jen?
Tell us about the drones, Jen.
And David and Natalie, we are here in Morris County, just a couple miles away from the Picatinny Arsenal. That is a military manufacturing and research facility. And look, people who live in this area are accustomed to equipment testing here, but residents tell us what they have been seeing in the skies This week is like nothing they have ever seen before.
All right, let's see if we hear from these people, if they seem like the crazies, or if they seem like rational, normal people who maybe did see something.
Tuesday night at around 8 p.m., Phil Doyle and his wife Maureen went out on their back patio when they heard buzzing overhead. He says they saw dozens of flying objects believed to be drones, which have now been reported in 8 northern and central New Jersey counties starting the week before Thanksgiving.
My problem with this is I can't tell if this drone is the size of a lunchbox or a tank.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. If it was the size of a lunchbox, you wouldn't be able to see it really. I mean, at night, you see it because the light is there. The light is present. It's part of what is required to fly a drone at night. And you would only see the light. So really, the assumption of size is just based on the separation of the lights.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But wouldn't the idea that it had lights on it to begin with suggest that it's not nefarious?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say before.
Okay, so just the presence of lights suggests that there's somebody behind this. Maybe they're pranking everybody.
This video was taken in their backyard. Now that is less than 5 miles from the Picatinny Arsenal, a U.S. Army base. The Doyles, who live in Oak Ridge, say they saw dozens of these objects believed to be drones coming from the direction of Picatinny and heading northwest.
One goes over and another comes by, so it's not like 2 or 3 a night. It's probably 30 or 50 a night.
30 or 50?
30 to 50 drones flying overhead.
Yeah. And they have lights on them, so you can follow them in the sky.
He doesn't sound crazy, though. It sounds like some normal guy who saw a thing.
What do you think of the government response so far?
Yeah, it's typical of the government. You know, they may know, they may not know. So, but a lot of them seem to come from the Picatinny Arsenal area, which is, like you said, just the other side of the hill.
All right, so they're suggesting that that base is where this might be coming from. We got a state senator in Jersey calling for a limited state of emergency, banning all drone usage until authorities can provide answers about the devices that are buzzing over New Jersey.
See, now, wouldn't you... Okay, so if it was a military base, wouldn't you communicate that with the governor?
I would think so. Yeah, like give them the heads up in case there were these kind of sightings.
If they're not, then they're trying to do something covert, in which case the governor would say, hey, if you're trying to do something covert, maybe pick another spot.
You get the hell out of here, please, if you don't mind. The Picatinny Arsenal people say they're looking into the reports. While the source and cause of these aircraft operating in our area remain unknown, we can confirm they are not the result of any Picatinny Arsenal-related activities.
Okay.
They said that. They said there was at least 11 confirmed reports of drone sightings and another 6 cases where police received a report but weren't able to confirm it, starting back as long ago as November 13th.
Has there been any attempt to contact, say, the Piccadilly base and ask if they can confirm or deny any drone usage from their base? Or maybe the FAA to see if any officials are looking into this?
That's what the Picatinny people are the ones who said we don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah,
they
and
said
the FAA is also saying that they don't know either, and the Pentagon doesn't know.
So
and the FBI doesn't know.
So any drone that's flying around like that at night with those lights on it is supposed to have a remote ID chip, which is
all right.
It's not the same stuff that the airplanes have, but it's similar, and it's supposed to broadcast. I think, like, its ID, and I think in some cases it even can tell you where the person is that's controlling it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but then you would have to have some sort of system to receive that broadcast and go from there. Stuff that they would set up outside, say, the Super Bowl, you know, or other major NFL games and stuff where you're not supposed to be flying those things around.
People are saying it's related to drone delivery, which is what we're looking at. Walmart Wing, where they have these big drones that fly in and can pick up products and then fly.
Is Walmart Wing available in that area of Jersey?
Let's see what this says.
And wouldn't they have, like, commented?
I would think so. I would hope so. This just says, just solve the mystery of the drones in New Jersey. About the size of a small car, flies in groups or solo. Here are your UAPs. They blame it on the shopping delivery drones from Walmart. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? All right, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we got jury duty. We'll give you all the updates on the UnitedHealth CEO shooting and the arrest and everything happening with that. Also, we got to talk about Christmas tree syndrome. You should be aware of this. What does it mean? What's happening? All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
They won't tell you this, but your pets are pretty lonely when you leave. No worries. We'll keep them company. Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Batteries Plus.
Will the Vikings really let Sam Darnold walk after this season? With Darnold, Minnesota's become a juggernaut in the NFC. He's big, strong, athletic, huge arm, and reminds you a lot of Andrew Luck. He's put up a couple of dud games this year, and the Vikings have actually won both of those. Regardless of how Minnesota's season plays out, bringing Darnold back, it feels now like a no-brainer. I'm Colin Cowherd.
At Batteries Plus, you'll find trusted, dependable, fully charged batteries for your car or truck, plus free battery testing and expert installation, too. Life's waiting, and you have places to be. Power on with Batteries Plus. Over 700 locations nationwide.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots. At Harbor Freight, our low prices make us the place for gifts that keep on giving. Because when you give the gift of quality tools, you're giving someone the ability to fix, restore, and build for years to come. And with savings like these, you can even get something for yourself. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Stop by and give yourself the gift of great prices.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup Disheners. Air Cup Disheners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern Style Sweet Tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
These days, everything in Orlando costs more. But a single line at Verizon doesn't. Get one line for as low as $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while coffee is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. And dinner for two has gotten pricey. Verizon, less pricey. Kissimmee rent, that's not coming down. But Verizon, down. One line for just $50 a month. That designer golden doodle, so much more. But Verizon, a fair bit less. Even a good old tried and true hamburger will cost you more. But with Verizon, the same tried and true service is now just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Point is, in a world that is always costing more, you can get more for less right now at an Orlando Verizon store. $15 promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Jump.
Then I would be a crypto millionaire at some point. And today definitely doesn't feel like that day. I just want to tell you. I keep looking at Robinhood and going, where's all my money gone? Why did I listen to C-Lane?
What's the new price?
Everything's down. Everything's down. There's a meme coin that C-Lane said, this is one that I've invested some money in, and I didn't want him to get rich and then not make money off of it. So I invested, and then I kept putting more money in, and I started stacking it.
How much more money have you put in?
I'm about $350 in now. And at some point yesterday, I was like,
how much do you have in the currency?
350,000. He just said.
No, not that much worth. $350 worth, whatever that is. Well, yesterday was that much. It's just come crashing down to earth since then. Things are not going as well as they were.
What is the number of the currency that you have?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on.
I have 1,026,167.
Let me see.
And I'm up $4.
I have about 5 million.
Okay.
And I am down today alone $13.40 but after being down yesterday, $36.
Okay.
Somewhere around that. It's just, it's
you
not
bought
going
at a different
well.
time than I did.
I was promised I'd be rich.
Nobody promised you anything. I just said I bought a fun coin just to see what happens. And you go, I can't let C-Lane get rich.
I can't possibly do that. I would be so jealous. You'd be buying boats and RVs and stuff. And all I had to do was buy a little Pepe coin.
He buys this show and he's the host.
He just fires me.
Bad investment.
No, even worse. He just keeps me on as a sidekick producer, but I barely get mic time.
Yeah.
He'll go, Sean, what do you think? Nah, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Get
what do
out
you
of
think?
here.
The laughing butthole? And you just go,
I have to be referred to as the laughing butthole? No.
That's not nice.
Oh, it's bad. Before jury duty, which we'll get to in just a second here, there has been a product that they've been working on for a little while, and they released the first major version of it. It's called Sora from OpenAI, more AI stuff. Sora has been released as Sora Turbo, and it's pretty astonishing what it can do. This is what the movie industry absolutely, fundamentally does not want to happen. Mm-hmm. But I'll show you a flaw in the system in just a bit, because first you'll be impressed. First you'll
Welcome
watch
to
this.
Sora. Let's get started by creating our first video.
So
At the bottom of the screen,
prompt.
you'll see the composer. This is where you can write in text to describe exactly what you want to see in your video.
So in this case, they just put in a wide, serene shot of a family of woolly mammoths in an open desert. And then they crunch the numbers.
When your videos finish, you can hover over any of the variations to watch all of them play back in real time.
So all of them are pretty impressive, actually. It looks like an area where there's some desert and there's some woolly mammoths. There's
it's like a savanna, right? There's some green shrubs.
Right. And these animals that are extinct appear to be alive, and they have a little baby with them, and they're wandering around. And it's very impressive. And I've seen some other things where it's like a crowd in Japan, and inside this crowd, you'll see all these people that have been AI generated, but they're very, very impressive. And it all looks real. There's still one test, all right? And I did not know about the gymnastics test. But the gymnastics test is how you tell AI from not AI. And you, instead of putting woolly mammoth in, you show me a gymnast doing a floor routine. And the AI that you can't see, folks, which I put this up on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. The AI has not perfected gymnastics just yet. It's a person with limbs just flying everywhere.
Every way.
Yeah, they have like no weight. They're floating.
Yeah. It almost makes sense, but then it doesn't at all. So
that is so uncanny.
Yeah, that's weird, dude.
It's so bizarre to see. It's a visual, obviously. So break down that barrier. Go to thenewsjunkie.com in the See It Now section, and you'll see why you could still tell if somebody's using AI for now.
Like if this were real, the cameraman back there's head should be exploding.
Just rip in half. It's so close to being all the way there, but not quite just yet with Sora. Very impressive from OpenAI, but we don't have the touchdown that we're looking for just yet. Right now, we're going to do something different. It's time to get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Big question about the guy who killed the healthcare CEO in a moment, and I don't know why this isn't being asked more, but I want to tell you, Jury Duty is brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO. After an accident, pick up the phone. And if anybody in your family, a loved one, a friend, is asking, I just got into an accident, who should I call as an attorney? You say Mo DeWitt. He's going to help you out as he has so many other people. This is a law firm that is not so big and bloated that they're going to forget who you are. This is a law firm that's going to fight for you and make sure that you get what you deserve. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. Luigi Mangione, as Fritz said, very Italian name. Very, very Italian name on this guy. He's been arrested and charged with the killing of UnitedHealth CEO Brian Thompson in New York City.
I don't think he's been charged with that yet, has he?
Yes, he has. There was an arraignment. Well, maybe that was just on the firearms charges.
They first, I think, at least put him in handcuffs for forgery and possession of fake IDs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just to get, to get him into custody before, and then they did some guns charges too, I believe. But I don't think he's actually been charged in New York. He's got to be extradited first, which he just showed up for the extradition hearing. And I sent you a link to the video.
Yeah, he had
this may be from not that long ago, but it says Luigi Mangione, charged with murder of UnitedHealth CEO, will be extradited to New York City.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, so I think this might be just coming through not that long ago. What did you send me? Hang on, let me.
The video of him arriving for the extradition hearing, which apparently didn't take that long, but it's not that surprising, really.
Okay.
Go to 21:20, 21:21 in that video.
21:20. It's only a 3-minute video.
Yeah.
They must have clipped it then.
Okay, this is him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is him. I like how they start with just a view of a man's back.
Get out of the way, asshole.
Get out.
At least he isn't wearing like a leaf blower.
Not this time. There he is.
Completely out of touch. An insult to the intelligence of the American people and their experience.
Was that him? That was him, huh?
Yeah, he was yelling at something. This is an insult to the intelligence of the American people. Some other stuff was hard to kind of pick out.
Let's go back.
All right, guys, what's happening?
Because he was walking normally for a second, then he just started screaming. All right, he's just getting out.
Completely out of touch. An insult to the intelligence of the American people and their experience.
He said, clearly out of touch and an insult to the American people and the healthcare experience. Something along those lines is what he shouted out at this extradition hearing.
If I was his lawyer, I would be like, he didn't mean any of that. Don't look into it.
He might be a hard to wrangle client now that you said that.
Damn it, Luigi, shut your mouth.
Yeah. So there are charges now for the murder of the healthcare CEO, but we know he got busted at the McDonald's by Old Man River and his friends. And while Old Man River, well, he couldn't tell a good story, he could spot the guy who was wanted by NYPD and that the rest of the country was looking for, ostensibly, and say, let's call the authorities and get somebody over here. When the cops came, they said they knew immediately when he pulled down his mask, this is the guy. I've said, I don't know if I would be able to do that. I just not as good with like looking at a photo and saying that's the person. I'm just not as good as people seem to be at that. But, and this is the largest butt. This is the largest of all of the butts. Brazilian butts, all of the butts. The largest butt ever is that how could it possibly be that with all the photos going around, his family didn't notice, hey, not for nothing, isn't that Luigi right there? All these other people knew who he was. They matched his face up with the photo. They were able to put 2 and 2 together. But you're telling me like no cousins, no mom who said he was missing as of November, filed a missing persons report for him. None of the family members watched all this coverage, saw all this footage, and said, I know who that is. I know who that guy is.
Maybe they just didn't want to really come out there with that right away.
I wouldn't blame them necessarily, but I'm just curious if they did put 2 and 2 together, because there was enough out there that they probably should have. They must have seen it. And then they could have even said, well, we also know that our son is missing right now, so that makes it even more likely that it's him. He is now charged with the murder of the healthcare CEO, and lots of information is coming out incredibly fast about Mr. Luigi. So we'll let you know as we learn more. We got some emails to get into. We'll talk about those next. We'll talk about Christmas tree syndrome, which you got to be aware of. Somebody has a shout out to Mo and his team. So we'll hear about that and more about drones. A lot to get into on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Why follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities and emergency crews have closed off the right lane on the Greenway southbound due to an accident off to the shoulder now near Aloma Avenue. Expect delays from Redbug Lake Road there. There's still an accident causing a bit of commotion on the ramp from I-4 eastbound to Florida's Turnpike northbound. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, owner of Blindster.com. And right now we're offering up to 50% off all our custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters during our Cyber Week sale. Don't miss out on some incredible deals. But hurry, sale ends December 10th. Blindster.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing
Detective 2.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
This holiday season, send the gift of Wawa near or far with a digital gift card. It's easy. Just visit Wawa.com, pick a festive card design, and write your message. Have your Wawa gift card show up in their inbox instantly, or schedule it to arrive at the right moment. Head to Wawa.com for digital gift cards today and give the gift of Wawa. Happy gifting and happy holidays. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, it's Jenny Garth here. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. My friend has struggled with their weight for many years. It was always up and down. She tried fad diets, never saw lasting results. So she started using GLP-1s. And not only did the weight come off, but she also gained more energy to do all those activities that she loved the most. I'm all about feeling my best and living my life in a healthy way. It's incredible how science is able to help us achieve that healthy lifestyle that we are all striving for. Future Health gives millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare service provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from ZAQ-istan to start listening.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bar sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have a Wawa.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
You could be, but here is where you are, at least for now. And if you want more, you want to dive deeper into the world of the News Junkie, you can do that on the website with the podcast. You see the archive of the video stream over on the website. All of that and so much more, including secret shows you can unlock. We recently had Fritz on secret shows, which was an absolute blast. And you can just learn more about all things The News Junkie on thenewsjunkie.com. I got a better idea now of what the UnitedHealthcare CEO killer, or the alleged UnitedHealthcare CEO killer, what he shouted out when he was going into this extradition hearing. And this is, I think, maybe the first time most people have heard his voice or heard anything from him. But this is
there has been a video of his valedictorian speech floating around that a lot of people are airing. But other than that, yeah, you're right.
Right, yeah. The guy was a smart guy. Was valedictorian, was top of his class. He's not some dummy. What happened recently is in question, and whether he had some kind of psychotic break. But he said this is completely unjust and is an insult to the intelligence of the American people and their lived experience. I'm not sure what he thought was going to happen after murdering a CEO in the streets, but he does not like it. So maybe this is better audio. He looks different every time I see him, I swear to God.
Oh my God, that's completely out of touch. And the insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
It was a little clearer there. And he was kind of moving around on a lot, so the police were trying to wrangle him because, not that he was trying to escape or something, it was just, resisting clearly as they were bringing him into this place where he was going to be in an extradition hearing. And then he's headed off to New York. That's where this is all going to go down eventually. All right, let's get to a couple of emails.
He could have said, officers, if you will, just let me shout out some propaganda right quick. Like, would they have let him or no?
I don't know. Do you have the right to say things to the press? I don't think you do, but I'm interested in hearing the person.
You could make the argument that he has a right to free speech.
Yeah, he does. He has a First Amendment right to free speech. I absolutely do not agree with the guy or what he did.
What if he said, this is democracy manifest?
That guy was the best, man.
He was just trying to enjoy a succulent meal.
All that guy stole was some Chinese food, and it's not the worst thing. Emily emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This is my first ever email to you guys. I love the show, and I've been listening since 2019. My family recently moved to upstate New York from Volusia County, Florida this summer. While living in Deltona, we saw at least 5 to 10 drones, or at least what we thought were drones, above our house and surrounding area pretty much every night. This is very foreign to me. I have never seen a drone outside of my house. I've never seen anybody even with a little drone that they just have for hobby droning.
I saw one over I-4 once. It was cool.
There was probably C-Lane. He goes down there. He gets down there and he films at heights he's not supposed to.
That's not true.
No, he files all the stuff with the FAA or whatever. Is it the FAA that you have to file with?
Yeah. It's more of just an app that automatically does the work for you, but yeah.
It just tells them you're going to be in the area. We go into our backyard and we could see but not hear these biggish, blinking, lighted drones flying slowly, circling around, unlike an airplane. So I don't know when we saw these, but they were there. A few years ago, maybe? We couldn't find any info on them, but I bet other people have noticed these drones too. It's a bit eerie. Aside from the drones, we want to say a big thank you to Mo DeWitt and his team. His team being superbly awesome with my car accident case is one reason why we're no longer in Florida and why you now have new fans in New York. Thanks, Mo. We listen to you live every day and through the podcast. And though we don't miss Florida, I saw snow for the first time ever on Thanksgiving. Hearing y'all's voices in our new place is comforting. One day we may be brave enough to put a game of magnets out there in the wild and get more New Yorkers to listen. But for now, we'll keep admiring them on our fridge. I know totally what you wanted, Sean. Thanks again. Love you guys. And Hakuna Matata, says Emily. Thank you, Emily. That is still around out there. One more. The man in
crazy
Alabama.
on Soch.
Is it? Yeah, it's just all over the Soch. The man from Alabama says, is anybody putting together how dumb the shooter is? So he's highly educated.
Oh, no, yeah, everyone actually has been burying this guy.
Rich. He's sneaky enough to get there to shoot him and get away, but he's dumb enough to keep the weapon, the cash, and the electronic signal blocking equipment.
Yeah.
I've heard different things about whether or not he had some kind of Faraday bag. And if you don't know what this is, it's something that blocks cell phone signals. Let's just put this in there in the conversation because CNN was talking about whether this was true or not.
The thing that I'll note here is one of the most interesting parts that animated Mangione inside that courtroom. During the discussion of bail, the prosecutor detailed a lot of things we've been mentioning. The ghost gun found on him, the silencer found on him. But the prosecutors also highlighted about $10,000, $8,000 in U.S. dollars, and then $2,000 in foreign currency that was found on his person. Also, they claimed that he had a Faraday bag, which is basically a bag used to conceal wireless transmissions, say from your phone or laptop. Well, the prosecutor said that was an indication of criminal sophistication and reason why they should hold him on bail. Mangione actually said at the end of that speech by the prosecution, I'd like to correct two things. First, I don't know where any of that money came from. I'm not sure if it was planted. And also that bag was waterproof. So I don't know about criminal sophistication.
All right. So he's saying he didn't have the money and he just had a regular waterproof bag. They maybe were trying to fluff this up a little bit to get some charges to stick for now, but it seems pretty clear he's the guy. A lot of people are in conspiracy zone on this, though. They're like, this is a plant, blah, 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 blah.
Or the people that think he's a hero that are like fans of him in the free Luigi camp are saying like, no, it wasn't him. He was with me the whole time.
Free Luigi sounds so harmless, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yes, free Luigi, right?
Here's the thing moving forward. If you're making any jokes about this guy that have to do with the Super Mario Brothers franchise, they better be good.
Yeah.
Because it's such an easy road to take that so many people are taking it. And just simply mentioning the word Mario does not make you funny.
Yeah, I agree. But it's everywhere right now. You cannot get away with it.
If in the last segment we go, oh, did his you think his family recognized him? When they saw him on TV on the thing? If you said something like, yeah, they recognized him and instantly hid in a pipe. That would have been clever. Or just go, oh, yeah, Mario recognized him.
Yeah.
Now,
thanks.
If you think he had ditched all of this, incriminating evidence linking him to the murder and, so everything, and then only had his actual ID, which I can imagine had no warrants on it, do you think he would have gotten away?
I don't know. They might not have brought him in. They might not have brought him because then all they would have had was he looks like this guy because he had all the other stuff and mainly because he had the fake ID that matched the name that was used at the hospital.
And because he gave them the fake ID as his identification. So he provided police, and he basically, that's the forgery charge.
Yeah.
Bootsy Moonshine says, it's game over for Luigi. The headlines sort of write themselves. Phil emails the show. I had not heard about this. C-Lane, tell me if you've heard about this. You're the resident drinker on the show.
What?
You might. That's what people say. I don't know.
Quit drinking?
I have been known to drink a time or two, but I didn't know about this. Phil says, as somebody that works in the liquor industry, I'm actually indifferent about this. I think it's a great idea to stop people from buying rare items and then illegally reselling them, but want to know what you guys think about this. And he sends along a story out of Ohio where an Ohio bill would require high-demand liquor bottles to be opened when they sell them. So if you sell this liquor that people are kind of getting and collecting, you would have to, in the store, open the liquor bottle to show that you intended to drink it rather than resell it.
Oh, come on.
And there's a bunch of issues with that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
One, and this is what's pointed out by Phil, you now have an open container, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't drive around with that.
You can't drive around with a bottle of liquor that you've opened up from the liquor store. That's one thing that's concerning. And also, is this that big of an issue that you would need to do something about this? Tell me if you find a news story on this, C-Lane.
Well, I have the news story. I don't know if it was Fox 8 that he sent along to you, but it says...
He sent News Nation now, but either one of them will be fine.
Yeah, bill recently introduced in Ohio hopes to combat an illegal secondary market for high-demand liquor. Now, this is Minority Report kind of activity because plenty of people can buy a highly sought-after bourbon and keep it and open it whenever the hell they want to. They're just going, well, this is so it's hard for the secondary people. Well, screw you. I still want my unopened bottle.
Yeah, why does everybody else get punished along with them?
Right. So Senator Bill Zamora, Democrat of Columbus, is a fan of bourbon and seeks out rare bottles. Ohio's state liquor agency. So do they have one of those where like you always buy liquor from the state? It's not like not like necessarily a name brand store.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
was
sure.
thinking kind of like Pennsylvania, how they have like those dry counties or whatever.
I have seen that, yeah.
The state liquor agency sends out a notice when a limited supply of these highly sought-after bourbons, whiskeys, and other spirits such as tequila are made for purchase at certain stores. Man, that makes it sound easy for the collectors. Demora and others then wait in line for a chance to get a bottle. Quote, I'm just trying to look out for all the regular bourbon lovers like myself. When I get notices of the bourbon I want, I stand in line. I've been successful twice. I've been unsuccessful a dozen times. Says if they buy a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle for $165, they turn around and sell it for $2,000 on the internet with these various sites, and that is illegal. And what it does is basically stops people that are bourbon drinkers that want the bourbon for themselves. They can't get them.
Whoa. Hold on. Let's pause on that. Is that illegal?
Yeah.
So if I had a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle and you said, damn, I'd love that for my collection, Sean. If I sell that to you, that's illegal?
I don't necessarily know if that's illegal for you to sell it to me. I mean, you don't have a liquor license.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But you also,
But I can also gift liquor. I can gift a bottle of wine to Fritz, or I could give him some Blanton's or something.
Yeah.
Correct. So I don't know if...
if it's selling online, maybe that's interstate commerce.
It's the fact that a lot of these things become this $165 bottle of Pappy becomes $2,000 because you can only get it in Ohio right now, and you can't get it in Pennsylvania, or you can't get it in Georgia or Florida. That's why some of these rare bottles go for a lot more on the internet than they would, just shelf price.
Yeah, the ATF would be all over you.
Yeah. I see people making some fair points here. eFresh Rock says this is a big problem. The secondary market is screwing people. But then Abraham Dragonfriend points out, fix Ticketmaster first.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it's liquor, like secondary markets exist.
Yeah.
And it's kind of part of the overall marketplace. There's a limited amount of X. So if you don't get it right away, you might go to eBay or somewhere else to purchase it for a higher fee.
So Eric F. on YouTube says, when I lived in Utah, you could go online and check the inventory of the state liquor stores. That's kind of cool. You could sell it inside your own state. You can't sell it across state lines. And I think that's where it gets a little dicey, is the selling across state lines. But they just have these secret clubs one would think.
Yeah.
That
are these a big deal? Is this like a thing that is a big deal?
Oh, plenty of people do it, yeah.
I'm not saying good or bad. I'm saying this is something that people know about.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
All right. And then you buy the liquor that you couldn't get because it was limited edition, and somebody who's the middleman now makes some money off of it.
Yes.
That seems fairly harmless to me. I don't understand where the pressure point is here.
The pressure point is that, like Ticketmaster, if you want front row tickets to the Taylor Swift concert, they got gobbled up by people who do this, and now you have to pay their prices. If you want a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle and you weren't able to get it for the $165 or whatever, there was some Pappy floating around Orlando recently, by the way.
I have no problem with this as long as it's fair. So, like, if Fritz is going to start Fritz's Tequila Company.
Oh, yeah. It's the best, too.
I would
George
support.
Strait drinks it. He's a big drinker.
It's Fritz's Tequila Company.
Even George Gay drinks it. It's for everybody.
He's got 100 bottles, and as long as everybody has a fair opportunity to buy one of those 100 bottles, I'd be fine. If Fritz makes some side deal and he goes, hey, guys, here, I'll sell them to you, and I won't make them so anybody could get a shot at it, then I don't like that.
Well, in that case, this is unfair even if this law passes, because not everybody has a chance to buy the rare bottles not everybody in the country has a chance to buy the rare bottles. That's why they're rare, because they're like, we're only selling this here. We're only selling it like,
I just think it's so weird to have somebody forcefully open a bottle of liquor they purchased at the liquor store so that they don't sell it later. That seems so weird.
The only time where that is acceptable is at a sports game, where they've definitely make sure they open your beers so they can't be projectiles.
That I get.
They also take the caps away.
Yeah, that I completely and totally understand.
But this is a ridiculous move. So the bill would require liquor stores to open the high demand bottle and reseal it upon a sale, which in most instances would involve removing any plastic and a cork and then putting a sticker on the cork and placing it back in the bottle. He believes this would help put an end to the secondary market by reducing resellers' demand.
Why? It's just you're ruining all of them. You're equally ruining all of the albums. This is like when the Beatles, they decided to do the Butcher album. And they put this cover artwork on it. That was it was cool, and it was like kind of aggressive. But let me see if I can pull this up. Beatles Butcher album.
It's them with like doll parts.
Yeah, it's them with doll parts that they're holding. And right now it wouldn't even be slightly controversial. But in the time it was, and they're holding these doll parts in the photograph. And because it became controversial, they made another album cover sticker, and they put the sticker over all the albums, right? Now, if you happen to own one of the albums that didn't get a sticker on it, or you painstakingly remove the one that covers the Beatles with the dolls from the Butcher album, you got $10,000, $12,000 on your record right there. But if you take every bottle that somebody buys and take out the cork and do this same procedure, you're ruining them all. I don't like it. It seems pretty dumb to me. We'll see what you think, though. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Christmas tree syndrome. What is it? Well, it could be the reason why you might start getting sick right around now. If you're sneezing, coughing, itchy eyes, all the rest of the things. If you think, wow, my asthma.
This is real Christmas tree syndrome.
Yeah, this is legitimately, they said. Not for like fake ones. You're not going to have this, but for legitimate Christmas trees.
I had this as a kid. That's why I have fake trees now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I always used to get sick, and my allergies would flare up during Christmas time, and we just kind of deducted that I had some allergy to Christmas trees or pine or something.
You never fail to fascinate.
Yeah,
he's allergic to Christmas trees and drink a whole bottle of pap.
Isn't that odd? The man's allergic to a tree, but he can drink an entire bottle of liquor. These things don't make sense. It's a strange world that we're living in.
I love him.
The Christmas decorations might have dust all over them. All this stuff causes you to be sick this time of year, and that's why they're saying, watch out, it could be Christmas tree syndrome. We're going to get to your dispatches. We'll see what's on your mind as we start to wrap things up on a Share the Show Tuesday. Google with a mind-boggling announcement. And Jamie Foxx finally says what was wrong with him that put him in the hospital. What was it? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple things to look out for on the roadways here. First of all, traffic is starting to slow down through the city on I-4. You could expect your regular congestion in the Lake Buena Vista area. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on State Road 434 eastbound near Gateway Drive. There's an accident off to the shoulder on the Greenway southbound near Aloma Avenue, causing a bit of congestion. The right shoulder is blocked there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP's Pro Rewards program subject to terms.
This holiday season, shop local. Shop Graves RC Hobbies Orlando.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice. Watch the roulette wheel spin and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star. Sip cocktails that shimmer. Then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern-style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. There are drinks, and there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're detecting the undetectable. Using advanced AI technology, our experts can accurately detect signals in the human voice that are indicators of coronary artery disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
As we approach the new year, what's your resolution? How about seeing more clearly in 2025 than ever before? The Filatowski Eye Institute has been helping Central Floridians achieve better vision for over 3 decades. Make LASIK your resolution this year and take advantage of their 24-month interest-free financing. Or use your HealthFlex spending account. Imagine a new year without the hassle of contacts or glasses. Schedule your free consultation today. Text 1041 to 868686. With the Filatowski Eye Institute, a clearer future is possible. New year, new you, New Vision.
Morning. I'm starting my health journey with my new blender. I got 2% cash back on it with the new Cash Rewards Plus card from Navy Federal Credit Union. I got unlimited 2% cash back on these carrots, apples, bananas.
It's 6 in the morning.
Oh, I also got 2% back on these smoothie glasses.
I'm going back to bed.
Oh, yeah. I got 2% back on the mattress. Sleep tight.
You can earn unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with the new Cash Rewards Plus card. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7 plus stations playing all kinds of holidays. Even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. Radio. 104.1.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
bunch of stuff to go over in a short amount of time to do it, but we'll go on a journey together. And if you want to catch up with any of the show you missed today, don't forget those podcast links are up and ready for you and free at thenewsjunkie.com. There is a story, that I identify very much so with today about this elementary school teacher who's in trouble in Texas, I believe. And she's under investigation after allegedly enforcing a restroom ban that led to several first grade students having accidents in class. And the parents obviously were very pissed about this.
Yeah.
And I would be too, I think. The incident, which occurred Wednesday at Bartlett Elementary School, has sparked outrage among parents concerned about their children's well-being and dignity. Elementary school teacher Ashley Barrera allegedly revoked bathroom privileges after students were seen playing in the hallway. Amber Johnson, a concerned parent whose child was in the classroom, told Click 2 Houston the students were left without access to the restroom from around noon to dismissal, a 3 or 4 hour period. Many students were forced to hold it in, while 6 students allegedly soiled themselves as a result of having their access to the restroom barred. One would think after the first peed themselves, you might go, hey, let's roll this back. Let's let you go to the bathroom.
No,
here.
Double down.
Well, the teacher posted this to parents. Today, my class lost their privilege to use the restroom during class because they lost their restroom badge while being in the hallway. Unfortunately, we had some friends who really needed to use the restroom and ended up peeing on themselves.
Some friends?
I do want to apologize for that incident, she says. And so the parents were upset with her. And I identify with this right now because this weekend we went to grab dinner somewhere. Courtney and I go out to dinner. And on the way back, I go, we're a little ways away from home. And I want to be honest with you here. I said, I got to go to the bathroom really bad. Like, this is 3-alarm fire. What's the most alarms? This is bad. Fritz, this is an emergency, all right?
I thought five alarms, I thought.
It's 5 alarm. All the alarms. I got to go. I got to go to the bathroom. And we keep getting stuck in traffic. She goes, do you want me to pull over somewhere? And I said, you know what? We got to. Yeah, pull over. And I said, pull over to like a McDonald's or something. And we try to pull over to a McDonald's, but where we were, it was like you have to do a bunch of U-turns and stuff.
Yeah.
So she goes, what about right here? There's a Burger King. And I should have known. That was a bad decision right away. But I go, yes, all right, do it. Because I am dying. And she stops in the parking lot. And she goes, I'll wait out here for you. And I said, okay, I got it.
She didn't.
I got it. And I go into this Burger King bathroom, and I basically burst in to the bathroom. and I go to grab the door to the stall. And as I pull the stall door open, it was already open a little bit. It was ajar. And I pulled it open a little bit more.
It was a door.
Some guy looks over at me, and I kid you not. This guy goes, "Gonna be just a second there, friend." And I go, "What?" This man is on the toilet backwards, sitting down. All right? I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. He's sitting on the toilet backwards, sitting down. He's got the lid of the toilet off, and he's got various, he's got different tools in his hand.
Oh, he's working on the toilet.
He's working on the toilet. He's reverse cowgirl in the toilet.
Is this a one toilet bathroom?
This is, thank God, a 2-toilet bathroom.
Okay, good.
But I had almost walked in there, and he just goes, "Oh, we'll get this up and running in just a few minutes here for you, buddy."
And just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Who is this character over here who's reverse cowgirl on the toilet seat fixing this thing? And so I go, "All right, forget it." I go into the other stall. It's the handicap stall. There's nothing I could do. This is an emergency. And I go to shut the door.
No, that one's broken, just like the people who use it.
This guy was straight out of the 60s or something. I swear to God. And the other bathroom stall I go to get into is the lock is broken. It's not working.
Oh, I wouldn't care.
I'm that's what I said. I said, I can't care about this right now. I just have to go. And so I use the bathroom, and then I hear 3 or 4 more people come in the short time that I'm in there. And the same guy does the same. "We'll have this here fixed up in a jiffy for you." And look, this guy's so weird. What's happening here? Then I go to leave, and the door doesn't open no matter what I do to it. I pull on the door. I push on the door. I go, maybe there's another door around here. Is there a mysterious door? What's going on? And then I look down, and there's a little green button. I push that, and then it allows me to push the door. But the door is just like if I was in Aladdin and I was being let into a vault with all sorts of gold and jewels, and the door just barely moves when you push it and it grinds against the floor. And it was the most bizarre bathroom situation I've ever been in. And then as I walk outside and try to get into the car and get out of there, a man in full Hulk Hogan gear from head to toe with fake muscles and everything runs past me and hauls into the Burger King behind me. I didn't know what was going on there.
Gotta go, an emergency. Yeah,
gotta go. So it's the weirdest interaction I think I've ever had in my life. But it's important when you have to go to the bathroom that you be able to go to the bathroom.
When I was
there.
I remember this because there wasn't really a whole lot of times in my life, especially as a young child, where I was told that I could potentially disobey authority. And everything be fine, at least at my household.
Yeah.
But one of the things that my mom told me one time was like, if you ever have to go to the bathroom, like really, really bad, and they tell you no, you go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom.
She was giving you the pass.
She basically like, I'll deal with whatever. But if because I think there was a couple times where like, I get where I don't even think this was in actual class or school. This was like school daycare, and there was like, oh, they didn't want us going in there too much because of playing around or whatever. It was outside time, and I needed to go inside and pee, and they were like, no, and I was like, I hated it, and they were like, my mom was like, if that happens again, and you have to, and it's that bad, if it's an emergency, you go. I was like, all right.
I would do that as a parent too. I would say that it's messed up that the teacher wouldn't let him do it. And somebody said, did you ask yourself, Sean? I've never been so close. I was so.
Oh, was
yes.
Was that the thing you had to do?
Oh, buddy. It was catastrophically bad.
Oh, poor dude in there who's just doing his job. You're peeling paint off the wall, and he's like, God.
I thought there was only going to be one stall, and it was going to have this guy just sitting there with a wrench, reverse cowgirl on the toilet seat, and I go, no, God. It's important that we be able to go to the bathroom when we need to. I just want everybody to know that.
Before you mentioned the tools, I thought he just had a really weird way of sitting on the can.
Yeah, kind of like Butters.
Butters from South Park. Google unveiling a new chip which claims it takes 5 minutes to solve a problem that would currently take the world's fastest supercomputers 10 septillion years to complete.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a lot faster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either 10 septillion years or for Google's new chip, 5 minutes. That sounds like a breakthrough in quantum computing to me.
Suck that.
The new chip is called Willow, and it's incorporating a lot of huge breakthroughs. And again, what a time to be alive. And Jamie Foxx revealing the mystery illness that left him hospitalized for weeks in his new Netflix special, What Had Happened Was. He had a brain bleed that led to a stroke. And he said there was a 20-day period where he was in the hospital. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't remember 20 full days of his life. His brain was a-bleeding. He started with a headache, and he's just thankful he is still alive.
I think he was addressing a rumor that Diddy poisoned him.
Yeah, there's a lot. Everybody's being connected to Diddy right now in the worst kind of ways. So I don't blame him for getting out in front of that one.
Not the first time I've heard him connected to Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Same here. Okay, when we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the Big Show, new drugs, AI grannies, and they caught the CEO shooter. Plus, we'll go over Jack's What'd You Do That's New, the Yacht Rock documentary. We'll talk to Scott Brown for It's Only Money. It's trivia in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll end it up with You Heard It Here First, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a nice warm up and dry conditions throughout the afternoon. Highs will reach the low 80s, a high of 82 degrees in Orlando. But these warm temperatures won't stick with us for very long. A cold front arrives tomorrow. That will bring with it increasing shower and thunderstorm chances, but more so the cool temperatures as we head into Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Highs will only reach the low 60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious crispy or roasted chicken sandwich just the way you want. Chicken how you wanna at Wawa.
Ho, ho, ho. RC Hill here. Are you dreaming of driving a nice new car this Christmas? Then forget the old elf and do it yourself. Because right now, I'm paying all the money for old sleighs when you bring me your old ride regardless of miles or condition. Plus, you could save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. We work harder because we care more. They're always ready to work their magic so you can drive a car you love for a monthly payment you can afford. I'm RC Hill, your one and only car dealer next door. See all my rides at RCHill.com.
Experience the wonder of the holidays at Rosen Center, where the holidays truly come alive. Delight in our exquisite dining and festive atmosphere, perfect for creating cherished memories with loved ones. This season, indulge in our holiday brunch buffet, featuring a mix of classic and innovative dishes crafted by our expert chefs. Don't miss out on this unforgettable holiday experience. Make reservations today. Simply visit rosencenter.com/Christmas and let Rosen Center be your holiday destination.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one. Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm Kaufman Lynn. Imagine you deposit $100 in your bank every month for 20 years. And at the end of 20 years, you go in and try to make a withdrawal. and they say, no, we don't think you deserve this money. We don't want to give it to you. In fact, we're going to hire attorneys so that you don't get your money. That tends to be the way car insurance companies treat you when you file a claim. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyounneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems. I got one for my house. I love it. Discounts are starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. Tesla Powerwall offered right now at the lowest prices they've ever seen. So get yourself one. It's a great gift for the holidays. Sales are currently planned through December 31st, but that may change, so get them now. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
My mom says everyone goes through hard times. Right now, that's my family. But people like you make me smile, because this holiday, we can have a big meal together as a family. For every $10 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 40 meals and hope when we need it most. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com. Show the coupon at the pharmacy and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions, but preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Hi, I'm Kyle, owner at Blindster.com. And right now we're offering up to 50% off all our custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters during our Cyber Week sale. Don't miss out on some incredible deals. But hurry, sale ends December 10th. Blindster.com.
This holiday season, shop local. Shop Graves RC Hobbies Orlando.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. And don't forget, if you want to share the show or just follow any of us, including Fritz, on social media, you can do that at thenewsjunkie.com/share. All right, let's wrap things up with a big thank you to our friend Fritz for hanging out with us today.
Always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure for us, too. We love hanging out with you, and you're the best.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Check out Fritz on Secret Shows, and it was a blast over there. We will be doing Fritz on the Street tomorrow.
That means that tonight you'll be doing Fritz's Funhouse at Cavo's.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, people should go try this.
Yeah,
experience it in real life for the first time. Give the people the details about Fritz's Funhouse trivia and how they can take part in Fritz on the Street, Fritz.
Well, all you got to do is come out to Cavo's Bar and Kitchen tonight around 7:30. That's when we start it. And after Fritz's Funhouse, that's my 3-round trivia night. I will be out there with my phone asking questions, and then you can tell your friends you will be on the News Junkie at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
And who does not like trivia? It's a fun time. Go enjoy yourself.
I had a great time. I went a couple Tuesdays ago when we had our Thanksgiving break starting. I was just celebrating, the end of a hard 2-day week, real tough 2 days of work.
Yeah, you were crying, I remember.
Yeah, and then I got out there and I was like, you know what? Let's party. Let's do some trivia.
Yeah, it's fun. People love it, and you're going to love it too. So go check them out tonight. Go to Fritz's Funhouse Trivia and see our friend Fritz. Okay, let's see what we got here as we head on out into the sunset. An update on our Luigi Mangione, the gunman who is now charged with the murder of the healthcare industry CEO. The update is this. The 26-year-old suspect's Reddit account was surfaced by a handful of Reddit users who claimed to have recognized Mangione from his posts and comments in, here goes nothing, r/spondylolistheus. And it's about back pain. So it says, I feel like I've seen his username in my notifications before. This is crazy. In April this year, Mr. Cactus had shared advice with the community. Keep trying different surgeons. Nobody will operate on my back until I'm at least 40 is nonsense coming from a medical professional who lacks perspective. I guess he posted a lot on the subreddit talking about back pain and back issues and saying it completely destroyed him. And we've got this. Senator Mitch McConnell is receiving medical treatment after a fall. He was seen with a cut on his face. They assure you that he is just fine. Nothing wrong. A-okay. Not too old. All those things. But he did slip and fall, and now he's getting some medical assistance. Luigi Mangione in his letter said that companies are continuing, quote, to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. And he noted that UnitedHealthcare's market capitalization grew while American life expectancy hasn't. And finally, the story up in the Daily Mail about how he was unable to have sex because of his severe back injury, according to a former roommate. Take all this stuff at this point in time, grain of salt, because you're gonna learn more during a very public court case that is on the way before too long.
Him unable to have sex was the same roommate that CNN was interviewing, the guy that may or may not still be living at a surf break.
Where was that located?
Oaxaca.
Nice. Got her on the way out.
Yeah, guys.
All right, no final dispatches. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving services as well. They do it all. They'll pack up your stuff if you want them to. If you have it already all packed, they'll just deliver it. But they were very, very efficient and very nice with my stuff. They wrapped it all very nicely. Took it to the new house, unwrapped it, put my couch back together. I already had that going for me. I mean, it was just so nice to get that stress out of the move. And that's what Cento Family Moving and Storage are experts at. Get a quote today at centomoving.com, CENTO moving.com.
From Mediaite, they say President-elect Donald Trump mocked Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Monday. He referred to him as the governor of the great state of Canada. After floating the possibility
is this still, we're still stealing Canada and making them a state?
He's still trolling with the fact that we're going to take Canada. It's going to be a state.
When I hear that Trump mocked Trudeau or anything Canadian, I just want to hear it be like, he says a boot. I don't know. It's not how normal people say it.
And a grenade was found inside a passenger's carry-on luggage at LaGuardia Airport, according to TSA. And I guess you're not supposed to do that for whatever reason.
Biden.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Today I Learned this company.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is correct. That's the adorable little dog. Taco Bell has tried to enter the Mexican market not once but twice, in 1992 and in 2007. It failed miserably both times.
You don't say.
It was too expensive. People didn't understand what they were ordering because the names of the food didn't make sense. It's just clearly not Mexican food.
Can I get Olive Garden in Rome?
It's Tex-Mex, and you just got to deal with that, okay? And finally, today I learned this song right here.
Do they know it's Christmas?
That's right. Bob Geldof said of Do They Know It's Christmas? He said, I'm responsible for two of the worst songs in history.
Thank you, Bobby.
Do They Know It's Christmas? And We Are the World, he says. This one was from the early 80s, 1984. People still play it, but kind of cringe.
Because it's a banger.
Let's see what you think.
It's a cringe banger, but it's a banger.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.